your special subject for the quiz, I need to have from you two true things that have happened to you and one false thing.
Gosh.
Two true things that are comic book related?
So no, and it can be about anything. So we're having a round of Would I Lie to You on the quiz.
The only time I went ice skating, I didn't have a little finger chopped off.
So if you could just email me or put it in their Facebook, two true things and one false thing.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, I'll think of something.
I could have fun with that, but if these guys know anything about me or they've heard me before on other shows,
well, part of it is have they watched our channel? I don't think they have. So you probably get away with putting something that you've told
Christ, us. You know, I hitchhiked across the United States. I had it off with Madonna.
These have got to be true, Kyle. Right.
I'm telling you, that's my wife can attest to every one of these things.
I know. So I'm hoping that you should be strong on this round. They'll never believe your truth. Anyway,
I don't give a fuck who believes me. I've basically given my personal opinion to 7 U.S. presidents, 3 other world leaders.
Don't give it all away, Kyle. Don't give it all away.
Oh shit, we're live. You didn't tell me we were going live.
I did.
Darren,
You're too busy imagining fanciful things to listen to me.
Okay, Darren. So the way the quiz is going to work, it doesn't have to be 3 per side, but what I'm going to allow is that on each round, Gray can choose 3 out of 4 people to be on that round.
Oh, okay.
Are you with me? So
yeah.
You can only have 3, but there's 3 rounds, so he can choose which 3 people he wants with him on each round. So
I really weren't keen on choosing a specialist subject. It's like, too much. It's like, I've read all
I need from you a specialist subject.
Well, I've got 3 subjects I'm considering, right? One is silver. It's really hard. One is Silver Surfer. One is Fantastic Four. And the other one was, McFarlane Marvel.
Okay, well, choose one. And you also have to give me 2 false facts about yourself and a true one.
Okay.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was 2 truths and 1 false.
No, 2 false, 1 true.
Oh, I thought it was 2 true ones.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm only going to pick one of them. You don't know which one I'm going to pick when I sort of do it. So I'll say something like, Kyle, I understand you took a bullet for President Obama, right? And then you've then got to, if that's one of your statements, and then the others get to ask you questions about it, and then decide.
I took a bullet because I fucked some guy's wife.
That was an example, Kyle.
I don't think Michelle Obama was on your list.
No, I was madder than hell at him. There's another one, but again, this is common knowledge. I'm gonna pull some shit out. I don't care if this goes out live. I've been on Obama's protection detail 4 out of the 5 times he came to Indiana. Didn't do anything to scratch my ass and appeared on TV once.
Well, that means you were successful then.
And again, it's loosely saying protection detail because he had Secret Service, but the Democratic Party provided guys in suits that look scary. But that's one of my favorite stories because one of my clients kind of freaked out because I was coming into work and I was on the news that morning. I just happened to be in frame, and it was obviously me as Obama was giving a speech. And he came to the door and he's like, "Oh my God, I saw you with Obama. Oh my God, I saw you." It's the cutest thing ever. And I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. I was standing in a room, a camera panned. I was supposed to be out of frame. I wasn't doing anything but scratching my ass. But I couldn't tell him that, he was a MRDD, so he just thought I was the king of the world. So I thought, well, whatever, that's cute.
The other reason, of course, for having Darren on the team is he might actually turn up on time. Billy's not renowned for remembering.
Yeah, this is very true. I don't think he even Did he even see any of the commentary about the quiz? I didn't even see him comment.
When is the is there a day that
I've now got everybody lined up, so I'm going to try and fix a date next. So it'll probably be sometime next week, probably something like it'll be because they're all Canadians, so it'll be something like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
No problem with that. But it doesn't give me very long to revise my specialist subject.
Well, and my specialty subject should be Victorian era and Platinum era comics, but I'd have to pretty much help you get the answers, wouldn't I?
Well, I thought your specialist subject was earlier at the original X-Men.
Well, the original X-Men, but I mean my true specialty, that which people seek me out for, is Platinum Age and Victorian age comic history.
Oh, we're not doing that.
Like I'm one of the, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's an unfair advantage because like I'm the historian of it. That's not even fair.
No, that's not fair. So yeah. So the specialist knowledge one will be the final round, and it will be one of those where you can either choose to stick or roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Mark. So it's like individual questions.
Yes. So the way round one will be, I think, 3 or 4 general comic questions, and you can choose easy or hard.
But is that for the team to answer? So they can
no, it's for you as an individual representing your team.
Oh, I see. Right.
Because of the way these things work, it's too confusing if we haven't got buzzers and things. So
right, I see. Yeah.
You've got to do individual questions.
So in the general knowledge round, right? There's 3 people on each team.
Yes.
How many questions will each person be asked?
Each person will either get 3 or 4 questions.
Right, I see.
And you can choose easy or hard. Easy ones will score 1 point. Hard ones will score 2 points. If you get your question wrong, it will go over to the other side for them to. If they can answer it, they get the point. Right.
Okay. And on the and on the general knowledge, it's not this twist or stick thing.
No.
Right.
So then on the second round, it's a would I lie to you thing. So each person I will say, Darren, I understand you got arrested in Slovenia for smuggling alcohol.
How the friggin' hell did you know that?
Hey, Cap.
Hey, Cap.
Hi, Cap. And then the other side get to quiz you about it, and after having quizzed you about it, decide whether you're telling the truth or lying.
Maybe I should tell my 93 wake up story.
Oh, so so you have to make up crap then. If it's something that's false, you have to invent a story.
You have to talk about it as if it was true.
Yeah, of course. Forgot about that.
Oh,
so they're going to ask you questions about it, and then you've got to convince them that it's true if it's a lie.
Yeah, so if you say, "Oh, I met Stan Lee. I once met Stan Lee, and he signed my forehead," then they're going to say, "Well, where did you meet him? What year? What occasion was it? Why did he sign? Why didn't you have a bit of paper to sign?"
No, not covered. Might show some comics. We're not slinging covers.
Yeah.
Gray, have you seen Gray any of the what's the show called, Mark?
Would I lie to you?
Yeah, have you seen any of them on the TV?
Yeah.
Has any made it to you, Kyle? Have you seen any of that on YouTube?
Oh God, yeah.
Right, so you've seen the ones with Bob Mortimer.
Yeah.
He's the greatest.
Greg always tells the best, but his true stories are funnier than his lies.
Well, it's like Bob Mortimer. You wonder where he said, "I do my own dentistry." Did you see that one?
See, then me having it off with Madonna, I can't say, well, she had a mole this particular place. The woman posed naked half her life. So, nothing's going to hide other than saying, here's her phone number or email. I'm pretty much
so you need
dead
to
in the water on that one.
About each of the 3 you give me as if they actually occurred.
Well, I'm gonna pull 3 out that'll make you wonder.
So, Mark, when we send the list to you, do we tell you which ones are true and which ones are false?
You can, or you don't have to. I don't have to know. I will just pick one randomly anyway. So, in fact, you can. You can.
So we want every single one to sound like it could be a lie, basically.
Or it could be a truth.
Or be true.
Yeah. So nothing mundane, like I worked for the post office for 28 years.
I've got at least one already. I've figured out, but I've got to think about the others.
Anything. I'm boring.
No, yours needs to be something to do with the music scene and your gigs and things.
Maybe.
It's
Right.
mostly
If there isn't
just
anything
boring.
interesting, make it up.
They're making up ones. So
hold on a minute. Do they need to be related to the comics or not?
No.
So anything.
It could be anything, yeah.
Right.
In one show, I snorted cocaine off the tit of a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead. Now, if you know anything about me, what's the answer to that?
Yes. So that would be
if
true.
If you know anything about me, what's the answer to that?
Would have been the redhead.
If I was working, there's no way I touched it. If I wasn't working, I touched it. If I was working, I was clean.
Right. Okay, well, there we go. You see, they're giving clues to the other side if they're watching. Right. Third round will be your specialist round. There will probably be 5 questions, and they'll start easy and get harder. And you can choose to be the bank. So if you answer question 1 and get it right, you get 1 point. You can then either take the 1 point and bank it, or you can roll it through to the next round, in which case the next question is worth 2 points instead of 1.
So we like we did in the previous, we did this once before. Just
yeah. And again, if you then if you get to question 2 right, you can then roll forward to question 3, but you're risking all the points.
Now, this time around, will there be a right to appeal? Because there were some very strange discussions around whether the answers were right or wrong last time.
I shall make sure that the question master is always right, Darren. You should be.
Except when he's talking about charismatic gangsters.
Even when he's wrong, he's right. Okay, so it's like
unless he's talking about charismatic gangsters, then he's always wrong.
You're going to be penalising arguments with the judge.
Absolutely.
You know, the only thing that makes me sad about this is my fisted by a midget story is already out there.
Well, yeah, but.
Yeah, but there's 3 people, whoever it is we're on with, they're not going to know it, are
well,
they?
These are 3 Canadians. They've probably not heard your stories.
I had a lot of fun with the comic community.
I don't think any of the 3 of them watch the Geekly Weekly show. So, unless they do it in secret.
Yeah, there's only one person watching now, and that's about the average. So I wouldn't worry about.
I was just checking to see if they were watching now, Gray.
That's probably you. It's probably you then. That's
no, because I haven't opened it up. It's just on the
you're probably the only viewer.
I'll start viewing it now and see if the count goes up to 2.
A show so bad that not even the people on it watch it.
I'm watching it now. Has the count gone up?
Not yet.
Yeah, the shows I used to go on, I used to have so much fun on them because I'd tell late night stories. There you go. I'd tell late night stories and they'd be like, bullshit. And then I'd start pulling out pictures and be like, yeah, and here's the YouTube link, and here's that, and here's another picture of that. And here's a dirty angle of that. I ain't got time in my life to make up funny stories. I ain't that creative.
And these guys are like called Collector Geek, are they?
No, it's my mate. You know, we see my show with Alan.
With Alan?
Yeah, it's his team. So it's
right.
So it's Alan plus Stephen Gentner, who appears on Alan's show on a Monday night and does a live show. Very nice guy, very, very knowledgeable. Is
he quite bald and quite rotund?
Yes.
I've seen his picture. Yeah, I might have even listened to a few of his words.
Yeah.
Who else is on his team?
Stephen Gantner and Matt. He's a new YouTuber, but he lives in Canada near the other two. So
Matt likes comics.
Matt likes comics. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I found out about watching American and Canadian shows is that it really makes it a lot easier to listen to them if you turn the speed up to 1.5.
Really?
Honestly, then the Americans and Canadians almost speak English at the normal speed.
Well, you all think they talk a bit slow.
If you're on there, Gray, or if you're on there, Mark, you're like, and then the Americans and Canadians come on, and they're just absolutely normal speed then.
Strange.
Because when I was doing the piles, I listened to all the previous shows to figure out whose comic was, and I put it at like various speeds so it would go quickly. But I did find out that 1.5 or even 1.75 makes Americans and Canadians sound human. Sorry, Kyle, dude.
All right.
It's all right.
It's all good.
I went to that Mega City Comics. They're saying they might have too much cop, really, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, because they're closing down. Are they closing down at New Year?
I think, the end of January, I think, is what I heard. But it weren't bloody cheap, though. It weren't cheap at all. I mean, the average prices ain't cheap. I should have saved me money for the bloody well Mart or something. At least give me some money to buy me Christmas comics. I got about 10. You get to buy 10 to get 10% off. And it was still worked out about £6 each, and there weren't no like big books or anything at all. It's
no, you've been better off at the Mart. You get some good deals at the Mart.
Yeah, basically, would have got them cheaper at the Mart.
This is a 2000 AD I've been reading this morning.
All right.
You see my bookmark in it, a bit of loo roll.
Oh, awesome! But can I ask where you were reading it?
Well, the loo roll's a clue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I get through half of 2000 AD most mornings.
Okay.
I'm just looking for something relevant. And you know what? Whichever one you pick up, it's never the right one, is it?
Well, there's only about 3,500 of them.
This is cool anyway, because this is a cover of a comic. Kyle, have you ever seen a cover of a comic look like that?
Yeah,
look like newspaper thing like that. Yeah, but there's actually a whole comic series that looks like that.
Look at the top; it's all in your Super Soaraway 2000 AD, and you see the red bit. That was the Sun used to say that it's all in your Super Soaraway Sun, and obviously that was a red top tabloid and stuff.
It's got too much writing on it for the Sun. It's got too many words.
The words are too long. The words are too big for the Sun.
And in this particular issue, this is the part 2 of a story. You know, 2000 AD used to start strips all the time. You were lucky if you got like a 10-part series. So this is one that's just started, and it's about Dave, some bloke called Dave, who's the hardest man in Manchester. And that's John Major on the front cover next to Dave.
Oh yeah. Doomsday for Saddam.
The old who's that standing next to John? Question
Dave.
By the Pope.
Oh, that's Kyle. That's Kyle in the shades right behind him, obviously.
Yeah, Kyle in the shades.
Yeah, that's me and who's that guy standing with Kyle? It's the Pope.
Now this is 1993, okay, and this strip about this Dave guy, it is within the space of a few pages. Let me just grab a bit. So most of the strips at this time in 2000 AD are in color, but this particular one's in black and white. Well, this is he's managed to offend about 3 different sections of society within about 5 pages, this guy. So he was very misogynistic against women, then he was very homophobic, and then he was very racist, all in the same, all in this strip.
I never really read it around that time, but I think I've heard about that character in passing. I don't think they were much good at that time, 2000 AD.
No,
he comes across to me more like he should have been a Viz character. There's characters like that in Viz who would be like homophobic and sexist and like could beat anyone up with, you know, there was one guy, that's all he did was beat people up and insult everybody.
But check out this, Gray, right? This is I'm going to come up with a question in a minute. So this is the Judge Dredd is the first story in pretty much every 2000 AD at this time. Now, these guys have all got metal noses, right? But check out the art when you get to the next page.
It looks like a scarer to me.
Who's the artist?
A scarer, I thought.
Straight away, Gray. Great call.
Yeah.
Straight away. Brilliant art.
I got it from the first page.
Copying Jack Kirby.
No.
I mean the Kirby crackle and all that stuff, the visual, the layout.
But it's really hit and miss in 2000 AD. Some of the strips have absolutely awesome art, but this particular one, they started. So you know, there's like 5 or 6 strips in a prog. Well, I would say that this prog is probably 5 new strips started last prog. So these are all the number 2s. And the art is absolutely terrible in most of them.
That was appropriate for where you were reading it then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that style much.
This is absolutely awful art.
Yeah, there was a period like when I was reading it, like the stories just started getting really weak and the art started getting pretty crap. I stopped bothering off, you know, eventually. Yeah, I'm not keen on that
really
style
rough.
at all.
I've read, so this is prog number 843. And I started reading it at about number 650, so I've read about 200 consecutive issues. And I would say that I've been impressed with maybe 2 in 200 issues and disappointed with about 150 of them.
Dear me. Yeah. Yeah, that era, the 80s and stuff was much stronger.
I mean, look at this. This is 2 issues later. What an absolutely disgusting cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
So, talking about the Lou and comic books, I may do my true and false, all comic book related. I got a couple questions for you guys. And I'm going to tell one here, and I'm not going to tell whether it's a true or false, but I'm going to tell one here a little bit. Like you call early school primary school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your later school, we call it high school. What do you call your last years of school? Huh?
Secondary school.
Secondary school. So
I've never called it primary school. I call it junior school and infant school.
Yeah, I mean,
I never called it primary.
It was grade school for us and then high school. Now, granted, I'm in high school or secondary school. And again, I'm not telling if this is true or false now to give away anything, but it's comic book related and it came to mind. And I thought this would be a fun one to tell. In the wintertime here in Indiana, I had the thing open because it was snowing earlier, but it stopped. But it gets kind of cold here in the wintertime. You got to bundle up and get around and things like that. I had this girl pursuing me in high school throughout my school years. She just pursued. And she was kind of, maybe. And I met her older brother, and he was a comic book reader. But he wasn't a collector. But they had money, and he was obnoxious. He'd get a stack of comics. He'd read them and just throw them on the floor. And in their basement bathroom, you know, their little den, pool table, TV down there and whatever. They had a bathroom down there. And he had a magazine rack in there where he just had comic books just willy-nilly thrown in there. I mean, he just treated them with utter disdain.
If this is going to be your am I lying or not for the quiz?
That's what I said. I'm not lying or telling the truth here. I'm going to see if they're watching, and I'm not telling whether this is a lie or the truth. I'm just going to build
but if you're going to be on, if it's going to be on the show, on the quiz, it has to be a succinct thing, not a 3-hour bloody exposition.
Yes. I was almost done.
They then decide if it's true or false.
I was almost done anyway. I'm giving you the lead up as to why I don't feel bad about this, or didn't feel bad about this, or wouldn't feel bad about this. Her brother had no respect for the comics he was getting, but damn, he had good ones. And mind you, this is at the peak of the X-Men. This is the Byrne Claremont run of the X-Men and stuff like that. So I finally caved in the wintertime of as my second to last year of high school. I finally caved and started dating this girl. And I'd go over to her house all bundled up because I'd just walk a couple blocks over and I'd be all bundled up. And we'd visit for a little bit and hold hands and watch like a movie. Then I'd excuse myself to go to the loo and just pick clean his comic books and tuck my coat full of comic books and tuck them down in my pants and kiss her on the cheek. That went on for 3 months. I collected like 1,000 comic books in my collection back then. From picking her idiot brother clean. And then I just broke up with her. I'm like, all right, we're good. You got to date me. We're good. And I stole it. And he didn't know. He didn't care. He was a fucking idiot. He didn't deserve the books he had. And he just disrespected him, threw him around, or replaced him and didn't care. And I picked him up about 1,000 comic books. Is that true or is it false?
Kyle?
So we don't, whatever, it's still grand larceny, isn't it?
It's
whatever, however he was treating his coke, it's still grand larceny.
And if you want detail, it's where I first saw and first owned X-Men 137.
Well, I would hope it's false because that would lower my opinion of you if you were nicking stuff.
I was an asshole.
From the joy
I don't deny that. True. I was a kleptomaniac as a kid anyway. I was a womanizing piece of shit. I was not a good kid. I was I was an asshole.
He's only been slowed down by age.
Yeah,
the good thing is, Gray, right? In the quiz, because there's going to be 4 on your team, you get to choose 1 person per round to sit out.
Yeah.
So if you don't want long rambles in the story section,
yeah, good point.
No, there's no rambling. Well, so I will state what the truth or the falsity is.
And like I said, that was a 3-minute story, uninterrupted, even with the preamble. That was a 3-minute story.
That was not bad for you, Carl.
Well, is Bill coming on then?
Yeah, he said he'd be late.
Eating lunch, then he'll be on. I figure he'll pop in any minute.
This was the.
No, I'm talking about the quiz.
Reason.
Oh, yeah, he should be.
What's that?
What's that, mate?
That's why I went to get the 2000 ADs. Look.
The shocking.
You are making me insane right now. Yeah, I don't. What is that?
Yeah.
What are you holding?
2000 AD.
If you fold a fucking comic over like that in front of me again, I'm going to lose my shit. Fold that back over. Oh, my God.
Yes.
I believe they should be read, but rolling a comic like
that's a cliche, Darren.
I can do this, look. I can smoke it.
I don't care if it's shit. Don't do that.
The difference is that's worth less than 10 pence.
Exactly.
God.
When it comes to 2000 AD, the value of these 2 things are roughly equivalent.
That era,
yeah,
anyway.
but that's like wiping your ass with a book. You fold it over like that, that's like wiping your ass with it. If we were kids in the 50s, I get it. That's how you read it.
It's not though, dude, right? It's not. Look, all you got to do, look, that is not damaging that in the slightest. Not 2000 ADs.
I know.
2000, it's all about the spine.
That makes me cringe so bad when I see a comic folded over like that.
Have you been to Mega City Comics, Mark?
I don't think I ever have. Where is it? It's in which part of London? It's in
Camden.
Camden Town.
Yes, I have been to it. Yes, because I used to have to go through. I used to have to go to Camden when I worked at Moulton Brown. So yes, I know it. Yeah.
When I was young, I jumped on the train. I was only about 17 or 18 and used to go comic hunting. I used to go to, I went to quite a lot of places. I went to Nostalgia and Comics. Have you heard of that?
I've heard the name.
There was one in Birmingham, and I think there might have been one in Nottingham, but I'm not sure.
No, never been there.
And then there was a place, and there's one in Norwich called, or whether it's still there or not, I don't know. I think it was called Abstract Sprocket.
Okay.
Which was a really tiny little quirky little thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like a prog metal band.
I think there's one called Ace Comics.
Yeah, Ace Comics, they're still there. And they're in Southend as well. Yeah.
And Colchester, isn't it?
Oh, and
Colchester and Southend, yeah.
Back then there was because Nottingham was a great place. There used to be about 5 different shops in Nottingham. There was a Forbidden Planet, Virgin. Do you remember when Virgin did comics?
Yeah.
Did HMV? I've got HMV maybe did some comics. And then there was 2 others.
I've got several Virgin comics upstairs. They're all TNA comic books.
And then I went to London once, trawling around London.
That's right. They're producing comics at one point as well. You're right.
Yeah, the Jenna Jameson comic books. The porn actress books. Yeah, I just thought of my other one too, since I'm keeping this comic related. And here's a 10-second blurb, not even detailing and not telling truth or a lie, and see if they're playing. I want
Virgin did down their comics for a bit.
I think they might have Virgin. I think Dan Deere was in the back of some of them dirty.
No, he was in. There was a British comic started doing down there.
Was it?
No, but I mean they reprinted stories.
Speakeasy, something like that. Speakeasy or.
All right.
Yeah,
there was a few British comics around that time. I've got most of them. It's the one in which Tank Girl appeared as well.
Right. It was a British company, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like Kingsway or something like that, or something.
Yeah, I can't remember. There was a few. There was I'm trying to remember the names of them. Speakeasy was one. Revolver was another. Comic called Revolver.
Right.
I've got them all upstairs somewhere.
Yeah. Here's another truth or lie. I once owned a comic shop named Pandora's Hope Chest on a university campus.
Yeah, you told us you did, I think.
See, but I just said I wasn't going to tell if it was a truth or a lie if they were watching.
They're not watching. There's one person watching. It's blinking Darren.
But if they watch the show, they'll know. If they watch it after the fact, they'll know.
If they watch the show, I'll get a half penny of advertising revenue. So yeah,
there you go.
Tell them to watch this for all the answers.
So all right, my third one is Madonna said I was a great fuck. All right, there you go.
Okay.
Well, that's obviously a lie, so move on from that one.
No, but she might have said it. It may well be a lie, but she might have said it though.
She said it. It might have been a lie. That's what I was saying. She might have been a lie, but she said it. So.
You sure?
You would think that's one thing I wouldn't be talking about. Honestly, anybody with common sense would not be talking about that. I kept telling people that. I'm like, do you think I'd tell people this if I wasn't a little bit ashamed of it anyway? Showed my wife my song I wrote the other day, and she was kind of annoyed by that. She's like, "Are you trying to tell me something?"
Kyle, you didn't show it to the missus, surely.
Well, she kind of inspired it without inspiring it.
Well, that's even worse.
No, she understands it. I make Ice Queen jokes and stuff like that. I'm like, it's about us without.
I wasn't one about your past whipping Willie then.
Wasn't what?
Wasn't one about your past
lyrics he wrote lyrics he wrote, which are actually
the song, the actual song I wrote that you said was too long to read.
Yeah, could be asked.
So I mean, the hidden in the closet reference was things in my lockdown safe. It's not about me being gay. It's about things in my lockdown.
We believe you. Is this a truth or a lie?
That I just again, if my wife were sitting here right now, she'd go, "Yeah, it's truth. It's moronic." But because like Living Dead dolls, I was gonna send a picture of them. She collects living dead dolls, and they're little dolls that are caricatures of horror things and stuff like that.
Where did you go, Darren? Did you run off to read your second part of that 2000 AD?
Yeah, I've got something just to freak out Kyle. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. It's all squishy, smashy, twisty.
I did.
Looks kind of plastic, even though that's during the reprint run.
Has it got nothing inside it? It's just a cover.
It's just a cover.
I deliberately damaged a comic yesterday as I was bagging and boarding.
Deliberately?
Deliberately. And it was really hard to do as well. It took me I took 5 to 10 minutes to think about doing it, and then I did it slowly and did it. And this was the damage I did.
Why?
Can you blow us up maybe a sec, Greg?
Yeah, there's no comic in there. It's just the
so
wrap.
just look at all the spine ticks on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, it's quite a lot of spine ticks there. So, and there's a huge fold. See, there's a big crease there like that. You see that?
Yeah.
So I deliberately took that off the book because it was a double cover and that was underneath.
Oh, but you do know that if it's a double cover, they both get a grade.
Yes, but this one was so much lower than this one, I decided to do it.
Yeah. You realize
I would have put it in the notes and kept it as it was.
You cut the value of that.
Pay more for a double cover.
There are a couple of collectors who do collect double covers, but I just thought, and I said, right, you know what, I'm going to do it.
No, you messed it up because the outside wrap, it's all shitty, protects the inside wrap.
Yes, I know, but now the inside wrap is now protected by the bags and boards that I've protected it with. And so you're right, Kyle.
I would pay you twice as much for a double cover.
Yes, I know you probably would have, but the inside one was going to get graded very fine, and the outside one was going to get graded very good. So people would pay 4 times as much for a very fine as they would for a very good.
If you got that book graded, just to let you know, if you sent it in to get graded, it would get a very fine grade at CGC.
But I wouldn't send it in to get graded.
But I'm telling you, you can't officially call that the grade is on the inside cover. Like the Vampirella I sold to Mark, the outside cover was like an 8, but the inside cover was a 9+.
I would have sold it as a double cover
all day
and just
long
stated outside cover not as good as the inside cover. Just say the inside cover. The inside.
I honestly thought long and hard in relatively, in relative.
I wish you would have talked to us about that because that's such a scarcity and such a rarity. That may have been the one X-Men issue of that had a double cover.
Well, if it was,
that's one of your truths or false. You could say I deliberately ripped the cover off a X-Men.
Now that's in the reprint run, even though it's later, it's in the reprint run, so it's 70 to 75.
I actually thought of a true or false,
but I'd say that was a mistake because you could have actually charged more. There's a premium on those because
I know all about the premiums and so on and so on, but there's also a lot less collectors who would actually want it. So I only know of one collector who might want it, and he never pays the premium I think he ought to pay. So I said, you know what?
2 on the show right here that would have.
I would sooner sell it as a very fine, and and so I decided to do it. So I did it, and it's too late now. I can't reattach it.
There you go.
No.
So while I was down getting that, I just picked up a couple of things. You know the auction in Lichfield.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'm working on at the moment. But I just out of one of the boxes, pulled. Look at these. These are beauties. That's not quite as ace, but it's still
first issue, second appearance.
Is that first tarantula or?
It's the second appearance of Tarantula, but it's the first issue of Peter Parker.
Is that going to be Haven Reed focus?
Not on Staple, right?
No, I'm just trying to get the focus so they can read the bloody thing.
Yeah.
This camera.
No top Staple. It just didn't come with one. There's no holes.
No holes.
Yeah,
if there's no holes, that's just a production error, and it's not even an error.
And I like finding it because it's not damaged to have staple holes, but obviously without having holes is nice.
Well, it's absolute provenance that's not an error. God damn it.
I
want that book so bad. What is written on that?
Gorgeous. What's written on there?
Near mint.
Near mint, nice.
What's that? MW. Oh, near mint minus is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, near mint minus.
Yeah, I love that book. Want to own it again, but
Miss Marvel #1. How much is Miss Marvel #1 worth now?
It's not that pricey.
30, 40, maybe, I don't know, 50, I don't know.
It was a bit higher on that for a while, wasn't it? I think it was a bit. It went up to about 100 at one point, didn't it?
Ironically enough,
way down. You can probably pick it up for 25.
That's the first appearance of her as a superhero, but the $1,000 book is the first appearance of Carol Danvers. Long before she was a superhero.
No, I got that whole run. I think just as one lot, like on eBay, but I don't know, probably 20 years ago now. It was cheap as chips, I think. And they've gone up a bit, though, haven't they?
No, they went up a bit and then they've come back down a bit.
Yeah, people are figuring out the movie was okay, so they're just kind of creeping along. But they did the movie bump, and then the movie was mediocre. So,
did anyone go see Craven yet?
I want to, but
it's not out tomorrow or the next day.
I don't know.
It's Friday. It's Friday, Gray. It's Friday.
I won't see it until it comes out on some kind of streaming platform anyway.
Have you seen the first 8 minutes?
Big screen movie.
You know that a trailer has dropped on YouTube, which is effectively the first 8 minutes. Well, it is.
Yeah, I didn't bother watching it.
The first 8 minutes looks all right.
Has it got Rhino in it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see him in the first 8 minutes, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's not in the first 8 minutes, but like the regular trailer shows him.
That came out ages ago, didn't it? The regular trailer came out ages back.
Yeah, like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
They've done some reshoots, but again, it just looks like a big screen popcorn movie. It looks worthy of seeing on the big screen. But did you hear the news yesterday? Did you hear what Sony did?
Is that Warhammer?
They effectively
pulled the plug on the Spider-Man universe. I'm pretty sure they're going to merge. Spidey's finding his way back into the MCU. That's the bottom line. Spidey's going to end up being back with the MCU. They pulled the plug on future projects with Spider-Man out of Sony. Okay. So basically, what that means is they're gonna keep a share or something and just put it back to Marvel.
I wasn't that keen on the last Spider-Man movie. Was it Back Home or something like that?
Yeah, they're gonna do they're committed to a 4th Spider-Man, but as far as the Spider-Man universe goes, they're done.
I thought the whole premise was a bit crap, and he managed to get his Aunt May killed as well, which I thought was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Which mate?
His Aunt May.
Oh, Aunt May. Yeah.
And the whole thing of like fighting against Dr. Strange, and the whole thing, it was like, but it was stupid.
Well, they pulled a lot from the Ultimate Universe, and I really wish they wouldn't have done that so much. But it's because they have Miles Morales from the Ultimate Universe, so they pulled a lot of stories from that. But they're getting back into Marvel since they pulled Miles Morales into the 616 in the comics anyway. And now they're getting back into Marvel, and yet they're doing the second Secret Wars, not the first. I'll never understand that. I mean, sure, good story, but, if you're going to do it, do the backstory first.
Wasn't there a Secret Wars series?
Yeah, 1 and 2.
There's 2.
1 in the 80s, 2
no, talk about TV series.
So.
Oh, yeah, Nick Fury, yeah. Yeah, but that was about the Skrulls. Oh, no, hold on, have I got that wrong?
That was Secret War.
What Secret Invasion?
Yeah. Talking about
Secret Invasion.
And the Nick Fury thing was Secret War.
Is that what you were thinking of, Gray? Secret Invasion?
No, I thought it was. I don't know, whatever that TV show was recently. They had the Skrulls.
Yeah, that's Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Secret Invasion, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
You're getting me secrets mixed up. It's almost as bad as my Crisis is.
Well, and then like Secret War,
Crisis, confusion, and
Crisis on Absolute Earth.
Absolutely. Extreme.
Phil, check out this. What do you think of this?
God damn it! Stop doing this to me.
Check it out, man.
Is that real?
Yeah, man.
He's
Yeah.
peeled a comic book.
Bill, tell him off for holding comics like that.
Yeah.
What,
oh
man?
my God. Stinky
What, man?
ostrich or what were you?
Hey,
I'm gonna
Bill.
roll it up on this mine and
Stinky wallaby or
like
what the fuck?
Wait till you hear
Oh
what
my
he did
God,
with this, Bill.
dude. Oh my God. Yeah. Roll a joint out of that. Yeah. Oh my God. You know, Mark and I had a chuckle over that. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my God. Oh my.
Anyone would think you were whack comic.
No.
Bill.
Oh.
Wait till you hear what he did with this. Wait till you
I'm
hear what
just
he
a
did
bit
with it.
cleaning and pressing.
That's violent.
Bill, you're no longer on the bottom of the comic abuse list. You're no longer the top comic abuser.
Yay.
Hey, Bill. That was the double cover.
Oh my fucking God.
He took it off.
He tore a double cover off a book.
Oh, and I'm the dumbass. And I'm the dumbass. Oh my God. You just took like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is, oh my God.
That
That's
was a
like
double cover
tripping on
X-Men from the
how the
70s.
fuck? I'm sorry. This is going to be, if anyone wants to take a clip of this show for any length of reason, this would be the one. Because it's like, oh my God, what a fucking hypocrite. I mean, God damn, and an idiot at that. I mean,
Exactly. After all the shit he's
I
giving you,
love
Bill.
this.
After all the shit he's giving you.
I am going to take this and run with it. I love this so fucking much. I am so happy, Darren. This is my Christmas present from you. You know, truly.
You know, Bill, that your order from me should arrive in the next day or two.
Hopefully today.
I did that with all the covers in there as well.
With all the oh my God. Well, thank you for that. Oh my God.
Bill, he told me that he was pre-creasing them to save you the trouble.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything's coming
nice
with the
subscription
fees.
Although, actually, let me tell you a story because.
Oh God, that scares the fuck out of me. Let me tell you a story about your order, Bill.
He says he's cracked more spines than a chiropractor.
When I was starting out Splat Comics, I went to some comic conventions, and I was at MCM, I think it was, in London. And it might not have been MCM, but some guy came up to me, and he was buying like whatever Spider-Man I had below 100, right? And I was like, and he said, I'm buying it for my brother who was stood with him. And his brother was stood with him, but his brother was like this at a convention, drinking out of, he was like Bill drinking a beer, but he was drinking a bottle of Budweiser or something. A bottle of
that's not like me. I have class.
And so
I drink craft beer like
his brother. So his brother was buying them to give to his brother stood next to him. I said, oh wow. And he said, and the guy got chatting to me, and he said, yeah, he's basically he's got all of the comics and stuff, but he hates the covers, so he immediately gets them out of the bag and rips them off and throws them away.
Dude,
oh, this is sub 100 Spider-Man. He's like saying, and I'm like, shit. Well, I'm selling it to him, so I know that that's going to happen to them. But this guy's entire collection is deliberately coverless, which he has taken the covers off. He doesn't like them, and he throws them away.
Each to their
own. I'm sorry, but that's just.
But he was buying like £50 comics from me to do this, to give to his brother, so his brother would do this. And I was like,
that's where principle comes into play. It's like, no, you
make them aware
comic books.
That they lost their value if they did that.
Yeah. And the brother said, he knows, he said, but that's how he likes to do them.
He must have been like on the spectrum or something like that. So that kind of.
Definitely,
I reckon. Like something about it didn't like him, and so he had to,
Well, I spent a lifetime working with special needs people.
That sounds full retardation, and I say that in the full because I don't want anyone to say I'm saying anything negative, but that doesn't sound like a person who's cognizant of anything. That doesn't sound like on the
spectrum. The guy was stood there, and it didn't seem as if he had any disability of any kind to me.
Well, you know what else kills me about that? Every single one of those issues, every single one was reprinted in Marvel Tales. Give them the whole Marvel Tales run and tear the cover off of them.
Yeah, but nobody thinks like we do. We're the 1%ers. I mean, in comicdom, we're the ones who really think of this shit. Not everybody thinks of this. Hey, Kenneth.
We can't control how people want to do their collections.
Amen.
Ultimately, look, all the comics that have been destroyed over the years by children cutting them up, colouring them in, making. There was a story in the UK about someone who would, you know what a decoupage is, where you like cut stuff up and glue it.
Oh God, no!
They did it.
Please don't continue.
I've got to tell you this because this is awesome. Well, it's terrible, but it's awesome. Like someone came to visit someone, and they said, "Oh, I like your chair or table or what." Oh, she said, "Yeah, I've done decoupage with a load of comics." And the person was like, "God, oh wow, yes." And he was like, "Whoa, hold on a minute." And he started recognizing the panels and the pieces of the cover. And the decoupage had been done with like X-Men 1, Avengers 1, Fantastic Four 1, and stuff like that.
I was in a bar once, the sports bar, and they had part of an Amazing Fantasy 15 under there with Spider-Man cards and baseball cards. And it made no sense. And this was in the 80s. And it was probably worth maybe $800 at that time. But I remember thinking, how can people be this fucking stupid? And back in the 80s, honestly, it was kind of understood. I mean, we didn't have the internet. Some people just didn't catch on to the value of things. So that's okay.
You don't expect it, do you, really?
No. Yeah. And so but every time I hear decoupage, I think about, that's the first thing I think about, and I throw up a little bit in the back of my mouth. And I mean, it's just true, you know.
That's one I could always hold over my mom. That while we were in high school, we got passed on.
Let's not speak ill of the dead.
No, now I can talk about it, and it doesn't make her nuts.
Oh.
But we had comic books in big trash bags and bins. Now, mind you, this wasn't in mint condition. It wasn't super high grade. But I had the $5 million Mickey Mantle card. And I had like a 2 of it. You know, it's $5 million and a 9. I had like the 2 of it. So it was a $100,000 card minimum.
You don't have it anymore.
Oh, Mom threw it out. Mom took them all and threw them out. And I'm like, you that had a 5, and she knew it had it in it too. It had a Mickey Mantle rookie in it, and she's like, these come
on, your mom didn't know. Your mom isn't. Your mom.
She's like, this stuff's just taking up space, and it's stupid. And you guys don't care.
She didn't know it was worth $100,000.
She made a big mistake. Now,
your mom was smarter than that.
Back in the 80s, it wasn't $100,000 card, like you said. But it was $1,000 plus card all day long in any condition. 20 years later, it was definitely worth more. And she looked back, and I'm like, we had that card, and she knew we had that card. And I'm like, in a nice condition, one of it just sold for $5 million. And she's like, ugh. And I'm like, but that's why it's worth $5 million. The moms threw them out,
Yeah.
She held you for 9 fucking months, and think about what a challenge that was.
But that's why I said I can give her grief.
Come on,
think how badly you messed up her body, mate.
I didn't care. I literally didn't care.
Forget of yours.
I like it. It'd be nice to have.
Now. I mean.
But that's what happened to baseball cards. That's what happened to comic books. What made them rare and scarce is the moms threw them out.
God bless Kyle's mom, because we wouldn't have Kyle today. I mean, it's like they give the devil his due. We have Kyle.
She was always like, "I'm glad I never threw away any comics," and I'm like, "Well, Mom, when I was there, I only had like 100 comic books. There are a couple hundred comic books."
You nicked at least 1,000 comics off your girlfriend's boyfriend. That's what you told us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I threw that statement out. Think about it, Mark.
As a Buddhist monk, you should recognize karma when it bites you on the ass.
I threw that statement out for a reason. Do you understand it?
Thank God you
don't
see the
strike on that one, Mark. Is it true? Is it false?
Thank God Kyle doesn't run an insurance company. He'd be dead right now.
No,
but I'm sorry. No offense to anybody, but I'm just saying.
Right, Bill. Do you want to be in the Geekly Weekly quiz team?
Yes, please.
Right. So we've got a quiz that's going to occur probably next week sometime. If you want to be in it, I need from you a specialist subject.
Okay.
And I need to know 3 facts about you. You have to tell me 3 facts about you, 2 of which are false and 1 of which is true.
Okay.
I thought it was two true, 1 false.
I don't mind which way around it is.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Good. I'll be in touch to make sure I'm meeting your criteria because I'm not writing anything down right now. But
that's all you have to do. Specialist subject.
Okay.
And 3 things about yourself, a mix of true and false ones.
Okay. Great.
And be prepared to talk about those things because you'll be questioned about them, and you have to convince the other team. If it's a lie, you have to convince them it's a truth, and if it's a truth, you've got to talk about it as if it was a lie, but you've got to tell the truth about it. You see what I mean?
So Bill was there when this happened. So Bill, you can't crack up when I tell my midget fisting story. You got to keep a straight face when I tell my midget.
I'll do the best I can.
Okay, because you were there.
Was he holding the poor midget down, or was he
aiming the midget fisting make me laugh?
Kyle, I'm probably going to ban midget fisting.
I think that might not be a bad idea.
Because this show is going to be
you want to keep any kind of credibility about whatever you're doing.
To be able to be broadcast on channels that don't usually have things like midget fisting.
True.
Yes. BBC One. No, I'm kidding. But that was a joke, BBC. Please don't get mad at me. So, it's funny. Everyone's saying, I just want to say this. And this isn't comic related. This is BBC One, BBC, period, whatever. This is Doctor Who related. Why is everybody so upset about the gay black doctor? I mean, is it really that hard for people to deal with? It's just, I can't believe that he would bring the whole franchise down just because he's black and gay. I mean, yes, they did a little too much with it in the storylines, and I get that. But this can't be the end of the franchise because of that. That just seems so weird.
What makes you say? Why? Why do you think it's the end of the franchise? There's been problems.
No,
with it,
I don't. I personally don't. But there are a lot of people, and here's the weird thing.
And saying it's the end.
Since nobody watches us, I can say this, but and I do mean that in a certain sense, and not in a bad way, but in a good way. But so there's a very popular American podcast that's based here in San Antonio. They have like 3 million viewers, and the people that run it are friends of mine. However, they basically cater to incels, right-wing nut jobs, and the like. And they started, once he became the doctor, they totally trashed it. And they're part of the whole machine the whole, like, I don't know, alt-right machine that's trying to bring down the series because of this choice.
Hey, Bill, you want a good comeback for him?
Yeah.
How many doctors have there been?
This is 15.
So 1 in 13 Americans is black. Globally, I think it's 1 in 15 people are black, or 1 in 17, something like that, or 1 in
6% are gay.
And like up to 10%, but 6% are gay.
Right.
So just by simple numbers of human representation,
it's time for
they're
that.
In human representation.
I honestly don't have a problem with it, and I honestly think he maybe one. I mean, if you take away all the negatives that came to the series because they were trying too hard, I think, to project certain things, and I'm okay with that because they're trying to make up for lost time.
All it shows is those jackasses are narrow-minded because it's the human condition.
Amen.
Period.
But
they're jackasses.
I went to
if any of them are listening, fuck you. You want my address? Come and say something to me. That's the human condition.
I went to a mixer for this podcast, and they've been very good to our store. They promoted us and stuff. So I don't want to go too far or say the name, but I went to a mixer. And oh my God, you had all these incels, anti-women, like thinking that women owed them something, and guys wearing MAGA hats, and there were probably 800 people there.
And there's more rapists per capita from that group than there are of the other.
Of course there are, but it makes me so sad. Because I don't think Doctor Who's going to end anytime soon. I think they might have slow rolled it.
Oh, they'll lose some American viewership. So what? Fuck them.
No, they lost European viewership too.
Fuck them.
No, I think it's ridiculous. I do think it's ridiculous. But I think the institution of Doctor Who is sacred.
No, my thing, right? Doctor Who for me is a children's program. I watched it as a kid. I'm not interested in any sex going on that show at all. When he was hanging out with Rose, and there's a relationship between him and Rose, I don't like that. Like Doctor Who's he didn't have any of that stuff back in the day. It was just about fighting monsters and running away from them. So,
but having a companion, he always had a companion, right?
Yeah, I know, but not
Batman always had a companion.
They never once mentioned him being a sexual companion.
You never heard the rumors about K9, mate.
Yeah, K9 had a special attachment.
Oh, that's so wrong.
The show
that's
the
funniest thing Mark has ever said on this show.
It was like just a kid's show. Really.
I hear K9 liked it doggy style, but I won't go any further.
That's a bunch of butthurt cucks anyway,
No, I know, but it seems like the channels are starting to lean more listening to those guys because the people they like are getting into office. And look at what you guys had to do with fucking Boris. Boris was a fucking nut job. The guy you have now, at least nobody hears about him every day. I think he's, huh?
Who's a nut job? Are you talking about our Prime Minister?
Boris was a nut. I thought he was like on the par of Trump almost. But now
the guy about prime ministers when we talk about Doctor Who. How did that? I must have fainted for a second. How do we go from Doctor Who to Boris Johnson?
Kyle broached it with the Trumpism, and I was talking about that. It's okay.
I thought I had a blackout.
Okay. No, I'm just saying the guy you have guys have now, the British Indian fellow.
No, he's Starmer now.
No,
he's moved on.
He's gone
from Rishi. Is he gone? Is he already gone?
Yeah, we had a whole election-y kind of thing.
Oh, who do you have now?
Well, we managed to actually vote for someone who wasn't a fucking rapist, idiot, twat. We're quite good at that over here. We've not, as far as we know, we've not voted in one rapist lying. Well, they lie a bit, but not to the level of the guy.
Who do you have now? Tell me who do you have now?
We've got a guy called Keir Starmer.
He's not great,
but he's not Indian.
No, he's not Indian. No.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
You're thinking of Rishi Sunak.
We had one before who was a.
So what's the guy now? Is he just British?
Yeah. Aren't you thinking of like London's mayor or something like that?
The other guy was British.
Am I thinking? Is the mayor Indian?
Yeah. Well, he's of Asian descent.
Yeah, I think it's
Pakistani. Okay. All right. Yeah. Why was I? Dude, I don't need to talk about foreign politics. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Pardon me, folks.
Let's just make this the religion and politics show. I'll talk about it all day long.
Oh, I know you will. But I don't want to do that to folks.
Gray, those first 3 mags, were they the same demon?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. That was a different. That was a British thing, right?
Yeah, it was a reprint of a.
No, before
like some.
You had a demon that wasn't related to Kirby Demon, I think.
Yeah, I did. It was
no, you had something else.
Full set there.
I remember you having something that was demon related that wasn't.
Hey, speaking of demon related and old guys, who else?
Yeah, it was
just sat on their
these
balls?
magazines.
Yeah,
they were reprints of an old Marvel magazine. Gabriel Demon Hunter or something. It was that guy's name is. Great covers.
I don't even know who that is.
I had this one for absolute yonks, and I was like, I was going for my collection, and I was like, oh, I must see if I can get the other ones of these, and I finally managed to get them.
What years are those?
Comic trivia. Those are Marvel magazines. Where did Gabriel the Demon Hunter come from?
Yeah, I know they are.
Oh, from Demon Slayer.
They've also got Satana in as well.
Demon Slayer on what?
In Atlas Comics.
Yep, that's an Atlas Comics
by
bought
David Anthony Kraft. Yeah.
Who was the main head of Atlas Seaboard Comics?
It's not the same geezer from Atlas.
It was Martin Goodman.
It was Martin Goodman, the same guy that started Timely.
And Chip Goodman.
Yep.
And Larry Lieber.
I said Larry Lieber.
Great, that was a full set of those demon mags. There's only 3 in the set.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got the whole set of them. So say I only had number 2.
How many of the DC demons were there, Kyle? Were there 11 or 13?
How many what?
Original demons were there in the DC set?
About the first demon run?
Yeah, how many?
You'll find out in a minute when I get to the end of the run.
Yeah, he's got the run there.
17 is what I'm going to guess.
I thought it got in the 20s.
I don't think so.
16.
16?
Oh, that's close.
Yeah. Here's the last one.
Isn't it funny how much Witch Boy has become a major character now? That's so weird.
Claudio and the Witch Boy, yeah.
Oh, speaking of them, Mark, what's your thoughts on Creature Commandos so far?
Haven't seen it yet.
When
did it start? Yeah.
Last week. There's just 2 episodes out.
Okay, I'll go and watch after this.
It's good.
What channel is it on?
You'll enjoy it, Max.
Is it HBO or something like that?
Yeah,
Max.
HBO.
Yeah,
Max.
HBO Max.
I'm not sure I get it. I thought it was on. It's not on Disney, is it? I thought it was on Disney.
I won't be watching that then.
I don't know if I've got a way of watching it.
If anyone's not read this 90s Demon run, it's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite runs ever.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So funny.
The Sandman run was pretty good too. In that
I don't know why Marvel
period.
and DC haven't done a Demon Ghost Rider crossover yet.
And it just doesn't make sense to them. Like physical.
They did do a Demon.
It should. It would be great.
There was Speed Demon was they did the Amalgam comics. There was one called Speed Demon, which is like Demon plus Ghost Rider kind of.
Well, they did an amalgamation of him, but they need to do a team up.
You mean?
Oh, look at that!
Like mine wasn't an original idea. They did it.
Yeah,
why didn't they do a crossover?
Yeah,
they crossed them over, but they didn't have a crossover. Oh, I like that.
Phantom Stranger getting the hot breath.
And then that which I held off at the beginning of the show, I was going to tell now. If Batmite doesn't it then make sense Robin would?
You're fucking
my gay
stupid.
joke of the day.
I'm sorry, that was horrible.
If Batmite, maybe Robin would, you think?
Yeah, can we mute Kyle for the rest of this podcast?
Yeah.
I kid. I love you.
No one listened to my question anyway, so it makes a difference.
I listened to it.
Well, what was the answer then?
I don't know. I don't know
why they haven't. That's why you don't know.
What was the question? Because I missed that.
No, why haven't they had a crossover? I don't know.
No, don't worry about it. It was ages ago now. That's a cool.
It was.
Gone with the Wind.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
Frankly, my demon, I don't give a damn.
Holy crap. She likes Demon D, if you know what I mean.
So what was your question, Graham?
It's too late now. It was about 5 minutes ago.
Why
Was
haven't
it
they
all
had a
about
Demon
I've
Ghost
gone
Rider
past it about an hour ago now,
crossover?
so no point asking again.
Demon Ghost Rider crossover.
You're
Why
too
have
busy
they?
talking about
Oh,
what the
that's
heck it was you were
beautiful.
talking
No, that
about.
was
Some
my
gay joke.
question. He's asking what his question.
Oh, I thought that was. Well, that's how confused I am. Thank you.
Exactly.
And I didn't hear his question because I was too busy yammering.
This is a cool cover.
Is it Lobo or Lobo?
Which one? There's Lobo there.
No, is it Lobo or Lobo?
It's Lobo. It's Lobo.
It's not. It's Lobo.
It's Lobo.
It's
Yeah,
Lobo.
because
Just
how do
because
you
that's
say?
the
How do you say?
stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. I'm gonna say Lobo in my head now.
Yeah. How do you say wolf in
I'm sorry
Spanish?
I'm cussing so much today, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what my
Bill, how do
problem
you
is.
say wolf in Spanish?
Lupe.
Lupe. Lupo. Lobo. Duh. God, why am I listening to Mark? He's British. He doesn't even
There you go.
know. He's not living
This
next
is who
to
you
the
should have voted in
country.
over there.
Next to the country. Comes from Spain, and I'm talking about
There you go.
Mexico. And he doesn't. You do live next to the country.
This is the
So I
fella you
can't
should have
say
voted
that.
for.
Oh, that's cool.
Look,
he looks
he's a
really
tricky
weird
dick.
there, though. Dude, you have a really good run of his ancillary tales.
As far as I know, I've got. I mean, unless there's been a new run of Demon, I've got every Demon comic they brought out. As far as I know, there might have been a more recent Demon run. I'm not sure.
Wow,
So,
dude!
so if Etrigan fucked Zatanna, would he have a tricky dick? That's the question.
God damn it, Kyle!
Because that
was
joke
his
makes
tricky
absolutely no
dick cover.
sense. Oh, I
You make
see.
Mark
And
laugh. You make me
politics.
repugnant, but that's okay.
I'm
kid. I kid.
58 on the
that joke had so many levels and layers, and not a single one of them was funny.
No, I know. That's actually true.
Get your kicks on Route 666.
So, here's
that's
some
a great
Hollywood
cover.
trivia for you. And I bet Bill might even get this. Lobo, of course, called people bastages. Where did that phrase come from?
Came from 60s cinema. Well, you may not agree with me, but Jack Nicholson used it in Easy Rider.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Talking of bastiches, meet the bastiches.
Thank you. Oh, I love that. Oh,
but
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Hey, here's a twist on it, though.
Erebus?
Them Pottergan ice
Looks
holes,
like it.
them Pottergan bastages.
Oh, yes.
One of the characters at the bottom looks like it's Cerebus.
With Buck Keith.
No, it's not Cerebus. I think
Johnny
he called the thing that could not die or something like that. The thing that can't die. And Lobo spends half the issue trying to prove him
where
wrong.
you got Fartigan from too, right, Kyle?
Barkin, yeah, Barkin ice holes.
Old Red Eyes, yeah. It's old Red Eyes. He did it his way.
Sinatra.
Yeah. Right, and this is where it takes over the creators changed, and we got Garth Ennis and John McCrae from this issue onwards.
Oh, I thought that was Sam Keith.
Does look like Sam Keith.
But they only did the interiors. But no, John McCrae. What did I say? I think that is John McCrae cover.
McCrae's pretty great.
Yeah, it's got too tight inkings to be Keith, but it had that look of it.
They were still funny, but he went from is it Alan Grant, who did like 2000 AD funny to like he's kind of like humor was to Garth Ennis funny. With Garth Ennis, a lot more toilet jokes and violence and stuff like that, but still funny. But
it's a bit more Kyle.
Different shade of funny.
My funny is Kaufman-esque. I go out of my way to make it cringeworthy.
Here's the Hunty tank.
Actually, I'm torn between Kaufman-esque and Kafka-esque. I don't know which I want to be, so I'm kind of intermingled. Kaufman and Kafka.
Weird War Tales.
That's a nice one.
This is
I will tell you this.
It's like a military advert, and it be all that you can be. It's like a recruiting post or something.
Oh my God. Bill could have used that on tank covers.
Yeah. Well, tank covers are coming up on Cover Sling at some point anyway, so hopefully I'll get it before he does.
I got to dig out long hairs today. I got to go way different.
Is it Sam's fade kind of thing, the big heat?
Yeah.
Mark, are you playing this Saturday with all your great Medusa covers?
No.
Shit. Bill.
What?
Bill.
What?
Your package is delivered.
Wow. Well, Blanca's almost home.
I've got a photo. They've left it outside your door. I can see the photo.
Okay.
Let me
send a message to Blanca.
I left it in the street, are they?
Yeah, well, that's the problem in the US. There's a load of people who go around stealing from doorways.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it?
I didn't realise there were so many demons.
Yeah, quite a few in this run.
Were you buying these new, Ray? Or
well, to be honest, I think I bought these off the rack, but my girlfriend at the time really liked them as well. And when we split up, I let her keep them and I bought them again. I think that's what happened. Because she liked reading them as well. And I ended up, I think when we split up, I think I let her keep them and I got me a new one for myself.
But now you're on your final girlfriend, right, Gray?
I hope so, yeah.
All right. So when's the wedding?
I don't know, mate. We were supposed to have been about 10 years ago, but we never got around to it. That's the last one. Then we got the annuals. Clayon's been eclipsed in this one.
So they knew it was the last one, presumably by the title.
Yeah, Etragon. And this is where the first appearance of Hitman. That's another cool 90s comic book Hitman and lots of humour in it. Garth Ennis. Then we got Lobo and Demon Halloween. Right, next one we've got is the Demon Driven Out. He's kind of, I guess, involved with a bunch of underground racing.
In keeping up with today's theme, why don't you take one of those out and tear the cover off of it?
Because I like my comics. Even if I had a double cover, I wouldn't take it off and rip it up. So I think he's going up against Asian gangs in this one. There's an illegal street racing and stuff like that, and it's only a 6-parter. Right, next up we've got John Byrne that takes over for Blood of the Demon. I'm not sure if he's doing the art. I don't know.
John Byrne trying not to look like John Byrne.
Maybe.
It's a Kraken.
One of my favorite stories about John Byrne is how he could not lay out a comic cover for shit or lay out comics for shit. He could do the art, but he could not. He was absolute shit at layout. So his classic cover, all his classic covers were originally laid out by people like Ed Hannigan and Pat Broderick and stuff like that. And then he just fancied up the art. He had shit perspective for layouts.
I don't know if I totally agree with that.
That's common knowledge. That's how Ed Hannigan talks about it.
I'm sure it is common knowledge, but I don't know if I agree with it.
He was a great artist, but he had no eye for like the
catchy covers. He had some fantastic layouts that I know nobody else had anything to do with.
Once you'd be surprised.
Fantastic,
I can show you.
Nothing surprises me these days.
I can show you actual pictures of the layouts before he got a hold of them.
Okay.
The classic. I mean, absolutely. If you think classic Byrne covers, and then I can show you, it's in books and stuff. Like Ed Hannigan wrote a whole book on it, or a thick comic book showing, the actual layout and then how Byrne cleaned it up, because a Hannigan would look so much different than a Byrne, because Byrne could make it dynamic, but he was just shit at the whole layout process.
That's weird.
And again, that was common knowledge. So they'd have to bring people on. So like when he'd do stuff, they'd hire in people to do those layouts. We're just real rough pencil sketches just for the layout. But then they'd also talk about, and the one person no one ever had to do that for, ever, because even Kirby got corrected sometimes. The one I've heard unanimously has never had to be corrected on a layout for anything he submitted was George F.A.R.T.s.
Yeah.
He'd come in with shit and they'd be like, can you tone it down? You don't have to bring it up. You can tone it down. He was so good.
George F.A.R.T.s was doing comics 7-8 years before he got to New Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And the guy was already
There's not many covers of someone's headbutting a rhino.
I mean, he had that layout eye. Now, another person without that layout eye that everybody knows about is Todd McFarlane, because he copies himself so fucking much. But McFarlane's even said, I guess I'm good. I overdo it. I'll add this to it. I'll, go back to that. He's like, I'm the artist. I'm not the layout guy.
Well, but his page layouts for Justice Inc. were absolutely amazing. I thought his stuff on Justice Inc. was groundbreaking. And a lot of people don't agree with me, and that's fine. But he went on from that to do Spider-Man and the webbing and everything.
Yeah.
I think he's fine on layouts.
He'd
Maybe
have
not
an
on
idea,
covers.
but he'd pound in.
I don't know, dude. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I think McFarlane is a master.
Now Perez is a master.
Perez was great at everything, including wooing the ladies. He was. He jumped over the table to take a picture with my wife. He was like, hey, you like Wonder Woman? Let's take a picture. And he jumped over. My wife loved his stuff. And she was like, oh, George, let's take a picture. And he literally pushes me out of the picture and says, Bill, you take this for us, okay? He was great. I loved him.
I didn't disappear together for an hour.
No. My wife stuck with me. It wasn't like a Perez, quickie or anything.
Oh, see if any of these guys can remember who'd I let do that to my wife.
I don't even want to know, Kyle. That's really weird.
I've shared where we were chaperoning him around town, and he just wanted to hold her hand and try and be the ladies' man, and he just felt we were pumping up his ego,
or he was pumping something up.
He was trying, but my wife just thought he was cute, drunk, and
Steranko.
You remember the picture?
No, it would have been a musician.
Babylon,
nice.
Babylon 5. Think Babylon 5.
Michael J. Straczynski.
Think of an actor.
Think someone from Babylon 5.
Jeff, what's his face from Taxi?
Jason Carter.
Oh, fuck. I don't even know who that is.
Never heard of him.
I was in a movie with him, for fuck's sake.
But, sorry, guys.
Who's in a movie with him?
Can you stay on comics, dude?
You're in a movie with him?
Well, I'm sitting at a table in the background of the Deadman.
Where?
Just sitting at a table in the background. I was background noise. Here's what I look like in the Deadman, sitting with my wife. Okay? The actors are up front.
Never heard of it.
Here's me and my wife.
I'm going to try and find it.
A dead man.
I'm in it, but that's about how I'm in it. I'm just background noise. I'm just a background extra.
It's the story of a vampire relic with occult powers that falls into the hands of grief-stricken young woman who will do anything to contact her dead brother.
It's a story about an ancient relic. And who? No. I'm sorry.
But no, I'm just sitting in the background. We're just
the Frady bunch. The Frady bunch.
It got a 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and it got
a 3.5 out of 10.
I should have gone with the Demon.
It got 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Rotten Tomatoes says this film would have been great. Apart from the scene where that guy's sitting with his wife in front of the film.
Yeah. He's not there. He's not listening. I should have gone with Demon for my theme, shouldn't I?
Yes. Why haven't you?
Because my brain is crap and I couldn't think of what to say.
Do you want to change to Demon? There you go.
Yeah. If you haven't done the questions yet.
No, I haven't read the questions yet.
Let's go.
Here's the movie. Anybody want a copy? I'll sign it.
Sure.
No, you're all right.
No, we don't want our copies devalued, Kyle.
Yeah, there you go.
So you can see why Wonder Woman is in this box is because the demon's in there.
Why rule the living when you can control the dead?
That's why.
I wonder that every day.
Tom Savini and Jason Carter.
Did they pay you to be in that, or did you pay to be in it?
No, God no.
He paid to be in it.
Just in the room where they shot a scene and just sitting in the backdrop. I
got
free lunch out of it.
Hey, it's me, Kyle.
Now, granted, I did kind of get paid for chaperoning, but now to be in a movie like that, you just sit in the background and get lunch.
See Kyle, what?
If you say see Kyle too quickly, whatever you do, don't swat a fly out of the way when you're saying it, because we'll get serious trouble from YouTube if you do that.
See Kyle.
See Kyle. See.
You can't hear my voice,
words, or it could be
I can't even see the screen from this far, but you get the idea. I'm like this far back in the image. So.
That's good.
Can you stay there?
I'm a zombie. I'm a zombie in a movie that if you stop it quick enough, you can almost identify me and my wife. I don't even remember the name of that fucking thing.
My mate's band. My mate's band, Gore Rotted. Their music was used in a horror porno called Porn of the Dead.
Porn of the Dead.
Okay.
Some bloke gets his attachment eaten by a zombie while their song is playing.
I need to talk to Andy next week. He had to bail out today, but I need to talk to him next week because we got to get Steve on because Steve's talking about Doctor Who. Steve's been in the background of more episodes of that than I care to count.
Steve who?
Pulcheris. It's
you can't see that at all on the cover on the screen, can you?
He's
anything.
He's like great.
He's not a showrunner. I always want to say he's a gopher. He's like a gopher and a liaison for BBC.
He's a chauffeur. A chauffeur. Wait,
no, a gopher. But like they use all the people,
but for a show, so he's a chauffeur, and he also drives.
You know how like when they shoot like in Hyde Park or something, they close off a section of the park,
right.
And then they don't want to pay extras, so the people walking in the background are like the crew. They're the crew, the people walking through the park when they're doing outside shooting.
Yeah,
it's like the stage crew. Bill, you made movies, you know how that works.
I know, but you're saying it all wrong. You're saying it really weird, and yes. So what'll happen is that they'll in big budget movies they'll have layers of people, but in low budget movies. They'll have like one layer of people, and then the people in the other layers are just passerbys.
Yeah, but you can't have them interrupting the show, so they got to be like employees. And Doctor Who is not low budget, but I'm telling you, a lot of the people you see walking in the background are like dolly guys and the
oh no, and I've known that.
I mean,
that's actually well known.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's what Steve's done. I'd be curious. He's humble about it, but I bet he's appeared in like 20 Doctor Who episodes that way. Just walking a pathway in the slightly off distance.
Right, Bill, I'm going to test you now.
Yes.
So what is it I asked you for?
False.
Vampirella #1.
No,
it was your firstborn.
So at the beginning of the show, I asked you if you wanted to be in the quiz.
Oh yes. I would like my genre to be early Marvel.
No, it's too wide.
Okay, Fantastic Four.
Okay, I can do that, and
that messes up.
You need to.
Okay, I'll just eliminate that one.
You need to send me a message about three things about you, a couple of which are true and one is false, or the other way around, whichever you like.
Okay, you got it. Done. Well, not done.
You guys read Martial Law?
I remember it. It was more a British comic than an American comic.
Like a Judge Dredd
started off in Marvel.
Right.
So
epic. It was epic,
That was
actually.
epic. Yeah, it was epic.
Yeah.
Not that it was
by
that good, but the
creators.
publishing company was epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel's creator.
It was good. It was just
stuff.
It was like
Wasn't that Pat Mills?
American Flag
Yeah.
meets Judge Dredd.
You said that.
Oh,
Did you
right.
say that?
I've been thinking. I missed you say it.
Yeah, probably can't hear it. The sound doesn't always come out very well.
It was Pat Mills, not Tart Mills. Who did Tart Mills create, Bill?
Yeah, I think it was like
Mills.
American Flag meets Judge Dredd.
That's exactly what I said. Oh, duh.
I never read American Flag.
Now Mark's trying to be a smart ass. Good job, Mark.
Pat
Good
Mills
job.
who did that.
What?
I think it was Pat
Mills. Elements in it, but
now didn't Pat Mills have something to do with gorillas? He did, didn't he?
To do with what? Gorillas?
The band.
Pat Mills did Charlie's War in battle.
No, but he and another artist did all the animation and stuff. So Gorillas is an animated band.
Yeah, but Pat Mills doesn't draw. I don't think he's a writer.
Oh no, he had. Well, okay, all right, you're right. He's a writer. He had something to do with it, and I'm trying to remember if the artist. It's a British artist, but they combined to make all these great videos and stuff. And the band in concert, it's all their videos, and the real musicians play behind the stage or behind the screen.
James Hewlett was the guy who did the Gorillas.
Jamie Hewlett.
Hewlett.
Okay.
Jamie Hewlett.
Yeah. But Pat Mills has something to do with the storyline and the way they portrayed them.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know
why. Who was the lead singer of the Gorillas?
There you go. It reminded Werewolf by Lunchtime of American Flag meets Judge Dredd.
So yes, you guys Werewolf by Lunchtime. You know what? I was thinking
that's what we need insight from Werewolf by Lunchtime. You guys couldn't have thought that.
Damn it, man.
Hey, Bill, who was the lead singer of the Gorillas? I'll give you a hint. Fuck you.
Was it Guy?
Oh, no, it was no. Was it really? What's his thing?
Yeah,
the guy from The Voice. CeeLo?
CeeLo Green.
What?
CeeLo Green.
Oh my God. Yeah, CeeLo, who nobody talks about anymore. He's been canceled, but you know.
Yeah, CeeLo Green.
He thought an ugly fat dude would try to use his music career to influence women to like him. I mean, shocking. I still don't think that's cancellation worthy. But,
hey, I'm an ugly fat dude that influenced women to like him, so.
Or woman. You need to do that singular.
Well, I've been an ugly fat man long enough.
Okay. Well, okay. Hey, your words, not mine. I would never say that about you.
I was an ugly fat man in my 30s.
Well, and that's all
I had a party. The day I broke 200 pounds, I had a fucking party. I was like, good, now I can start getting fat. I celebrated.
And I'm freaking, everybody thinks I look thin now, but it's only because my hair is getting longer. I mean, apparently it's slimming on me. I don't know. But it's funny because I weigh more than I've ever weighed, like 194, and I can't get it down because, you know, I drink beer. And so it's like I'm not really working hard.
Today?
Huh?
Is it cold in Texas today?
It's very cold. Can you tell? I'm wearing a wool jacket. And
that's what I thought, yeah. Big roll neck.
We have this. Okay, you know, our store is rather long. It's not huge, but it's rather long. So this is how far you go from the door to find this really kind of minuscule little heat heater. And I can't even feel heat, and I'm this close.
That ain't gonna do much, is it?
No. So that's why I'm dressed like a villain from the 70s.
Hey, Bill, take down that guitar and do El Cabron.
That sounds like something from Christmas Carol. Like, you got one tiny little heat. Is he going to make you work Christmas Boxing Day as well? Is he going to come make please, Mr. Scratchy, please, can I go home now?
No, you cannot go home. You will go back to work. You
Bill, go grab
infidel.
Bill, go grab one of them guitars off the wall and play El Cabron.
I can't. Oh yeah, Phil would love me for that.
Are they some kind of collector's guitars?
Just once, and I'm probably gonna break it, and he's gonna kill me.
Yeah, don't do it then.
He's actually doing
Come
it.
on!
Smash it!
They're not like
Smash
special.
it on the table, live on camera.
Why are on
Okay,
why are they on display in the comic
it's
shop?
happily back on the fucking wall. Thank you.
Sorry, we've had comic ripping. Can't we have guitar smashing?
In half an hour, we might get the biggest disaster I've ever known, which would be someone stolen Bill's fucking package.
Oh, fuck off. Would you shut up?
I'm stressed to shit, dude.
You're going to curse my package.
Do you know what time it got delivered?
Son of a bitch, would you shut up?
Do you know what time it got delivered? 11:32. It's been outside your door for 4 hours. I'm shitting my pants.
Oh, my God. You didn't even tell me that. Now
I
I'm
know.
really fucking scared.
I'm stressed to fuck.
Did you phone your missus?
Or... She's getting home, but hopefully it'll still... We have Ring, so at least if it's stolen, we'll know who the fuck stole it.
Is your front door like white with a black semicircle on the floor?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's cool. At least it's the right house.
Well, not a semicircle. It's a rectangle.
Well, it's definitely a semicircle.
Oh, no. They've accidentally delivered it to Oblong Plots.
Oh, God damn it. Show the picture, please.
Oh, frick.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So
now
while he's looking at that, which came first, Pete Townsend or El Kabong?
El Kabong.
Al Cabon? Who the hell is Al Cabon?
El Kabong. Quick Draw McGraw's alter ego.
Who?
Quick Draw McGraw. He's a horse, but he's the sheriff.
Quick Draw McGraw.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera character. Yeah.
His name's Al Cabone.
El Kabong.
Like, you know, what I smoke. A bong. You know.
I've
wow.
no idea what this we're talking about.
No, neither do I.
Darren, did you
I
send
don't
me
know
a
what
picture?
it's talking about. I think they've opened smoking a bong today.
Oh, shit. Right, let me just check that there's nothing.
I have a semicircle. What do you call it? Maybe that's it.
Doormat.
Maybe that's
it was 104 yesterday. Are you talking about temperature? Talking about temperature. I was thinking you're talking about someone's birthday.
Where the fuck are you, werewolf? Are you in Australia?
He's in Australia, yeah. He's down under, mate. With the women scared and the sheep are handy. Anyway, don't forget, guys, it's a very important season coming very, very soon. It's almost Cthulhu Mass. Cthulhu Mass is coming. The stars are almost right. So prepare yourselves to be
When
eaten.
is that?
It's the first Sunday after Christmas, Cthulhu Mass. Every year. It is in my head anyway. It is on my podcast where I do a H.P. Lovecraft themed show every Sunday after Christmas.
They're in spring, summer down there. We're in fall, winter here.
Werewolf's wearing lots of mini skirts in this weather, apparently. Good on him.
That always confuses me that halfway around the world they're in a different weather system.
Yeah,
it always amuses me that halfway around the world the temperature is exactly the same.
Is it?
Well, here and wherever Kal-El is, Philadelphia, Indianapolis.
Philadelphia, that's hilarious.
It's kind of weird as well. Like in America, there's different weather patterns all the way across. It's such a big country, so you don't get your head around it. It can be freaking freezing cold in one part and hot in the other part, can't it?
Well, Florida's quite warm, and Indianapolis.
Well, Texas is too, but neither we nor Florida are really warm right now. Florida's warm.
We've got everything from Arctic to subtropical.
Yeah.
Is Texas cold enough now for your governor to leave the country and go to Mexico again?
Hell no. No, hell would have to freeze over first.
He did what he did.
No
he did
offense, but no offense, folks, but Yeah, no, that's true. Now I'm freaking out and hoping Blanca gets home soon. I'm freaking out.
I've sent you the photo. It's on your Facebook feed.
Let me, guys, let me ask you a question. If somebody comes along now and steals that parcel from Bill's doorstep, who's accountable? Is it you, Darren, because you haven't delivered it to him?
No, the problem is, right, is it's been delivered to the address that was on there.
Right.
I imagine that UPS, who would the delivery guys, would turn around and say, "We did have it."
That very much is my doorstep. So as long as
that's
Blanca gets there, yes, that's my doorstep. So as long as Blanca gets there soon, everything is okay.
Bill, right. So what I would do, Bill, you said that she'd be home by 4 o'clock, which is 20 minutes, right?
She's going to be home even sooner than that. She left early.
Then in that case, there's no need to sort of do any intervention like ring a neighbor because she'll be there in 20 minutes anyway.
Right. So,
but when I checked the time it was delivered, I was horrified because we thought it was going to be delivered between 4 and 8 o'clock, and it's like been delivered 4.5 hours early.
Yeah, that freaks me out.
Yeah,
but
pisses me off.
I mean, knock on wood, a lot. It'll be fine by the time she gets there. But
your Ring doorbell, how does that come onto your phone if someone arrives?
Well, Blanca has it on hers. I need to have it on mine, but we can both have it. But yeah.
And the way that it works, is it proximity or does someone have to press a button?
It's proximity. So
she would have known if someone had got there anyway.
Right. So. I'm
in
hoping.
Fact, she should have been alerted when it was delivered.
True. And she did apparently she didn't know, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully everything's okay. Let me see if she said anything yet. No, she has not. I'm calling her. I'll be right back.
Anyone got any new comics this week?
I've lost a load. Someone stole them off Bill's doormat, and I've ripped a few up, and I've curled a few up and smoked them. But no.
I have an update on my wonderful Planet Comics bound volumes.
Yeah.
So Bill didn't buy them.
I put the first volume up on eBay.
Yeah.
£1,500, three times what I paid for it, and it sold within 12 hours.
You didn't think about putting it on like bids then? You just happy to get the.
Well, I put it on. I put it on as an auction, starting the auction at 1,200, but a buy it now option at 1,500.
Right.
I bought it immediately at the top price.
Wow. Was that the earlier one or the later one?
That was the earlier one, but this is the better one. So the
Why is it the better one?
The second one is better. It's in better condition, and it's got the most expensive comic in it.
Have you?
You can offer it to the guy who bought the first one.
Yeah, I might do. But I think I'll probably get more for it.
Wow. You can offer it at a higher price.
But I'm tempted to keep it now because it's paid for. So effectively, are you with me? It's free.
I know what you mean.
So I'm tempted. I don't know. I might.
It would be a shame to break up the pair, though, Mark.
I know. I will probably contact the. It's a dealer that's bought it, though, Darren.
Is it? Oh, well, they're going to get broken up anyway, then.
It's pretty much not going down in price.
Damn it!
It's a dealer. The guy sells. He's from. You might know him. Do you know the guy? He's in the animation industry.
Am I muted?
We can hear you, Bill. What are you trying to tell us?
Dude, the package was not. Yeah, it was there. I can't lie. It was there. Yeah, I was trying to be all dramatic, and then I realized nobody could hear me. Oh! So is that the one you sold, Mark?
No, this is the one I've not sold. The one I've sold is on its way to America. Mark. So, Bill, do you know a guy in the animation industry called James Krieg?
James Krieg, Bill.
Okay. James Krieg? Is that who it was?
Well, the guy who bought it was called James
Krieg. I don't know who that is.
You don't know him. Okay.
There is a James. Hear Mark. Can you guys hear Mark?
Yeah.
Yes.
You might need to bump out and bump back in.
I can't hear anybody.
Well, he heard me say James Krieg.
I can hear you, but I can't hear
Darren, tell him to drop out and drop
or
back
Peter Ablamomics or whatever.
Bill is
Kyle's
a
name
plonker.
is of the day.
Bill is a plonker.
Yeah.
Bill's a skilly Billy.
I can't hear anybody but you,
Darren.
I mean, I'm
guys,
trying to
why you
hear
can't
everybody
hear us?
else. I guess
We'll
Gray.
give
Bill
you grief
looks like a
anyway, so you're
melted
not missing
rubber
anything.
pencil.
God damn it, you motherfuckers.
Mel looks like he
Bill,
wears
I'm going to
diapers.
write you poetry.
Well, so will I get the second package tomorrow, Darren, or does it say?
It doesn't say. It says it's in a warehouse in wherever the first one said.
Australia.
Louisville or something. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I should be there tomorrow.
That's what happened
Mark,
when I got a
hate
2-pack sent from
But
Mark.
I don't
They
really.
were
I love
split
you,
up for some reason.
But you're a minch, dude. You're freaking.
I think do you know, I could when I was thinking about what could possibly go wrong with this is that, because you know the US are very interested what's inside packages at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd packed one of them in a short box, so it was obvious to anyone that that's got comics in. It's in a short box. But then all the magazines and oversized stuff, I packed them like flat like this, side by side, in a longer sort of just a shipping box. And I thought, if anyone is really clever in the customs in the US, they'll go, that's not comic size. It's a bomb.
Yeah, the trick is to write on it, this is not a bomb.
I want to hear what Mark's saying.
I should have done.
There are
Why
no
can't I
drugs
hear
in this
Mark?
package.
I know
Trust
Mark's
me.
saying cruel things about me, but no, Bill, I'm not. I mean, no, I'm not. As far as you know. Oh, right back at you, Kyle. Now we know where the Kyle pile came from, if you know what I mean. But no, why can't I only hear you, Darren? That's weird.
What, Bill, why don't you get out of the stream and then come back in and it might fix it?
Okay, I'll do that.
Quick, he's gone. Run!
Right, that's the end of the show then. Thanks everyone for coming.
Anyway, Ray, have you had to pay for the thing again because the duck's gone?
Yeah, no, I just realised that the duck's gone, but I haven't paid for it. I don't know where the duck's gone to. I was just looking at that a minute ago and I thought, oh, that's weird. Unless they've started charging me without telling me. But
yeah, that could be it.
Disappeared.
They did change something. I keep getting messages that StreamYard's changing something. So, but they put cookies on it now. So
that's weird. He wouldn't let me add a logo, but I tried to put the StreamYard logo on and it's saying you can't add it. But I thought they kept that up there as advertising. But okay, fair enough.
Right.
I'm back. Oh, you fuckers. I know what you're doing. Quit it. Just quit it. Mark, you're doing a very good job.
Can you hear us now, Bill?
No, I can't. Mark is like, oh, no, I still can't hear Mark unless he's fucking with me.
I'm fucking with you, Bill.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad. Oh, my God. That was good. That was so good. God, I love you guys so much. Well, I'm so grateful. So,
Bill.
Yeah. You're stupid, Peter Oblong Putz. Hey, so Darren, does it look like I got the short box today?
You got the comics box, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's excellent. And
are you going to show them on the stream next week or something? Or sometime?
No. I am going to sell very few of these. I'm keeping most of them for myself. I'm sending Mark a few things in his care package that I haven't done in a year and a half, but I'm going to try and do by Christmas. That's my goal.
What are you doing? You've got me to send you stuff in the States for you to send it to Mark. Are you insane?
No, I didn't think about it till last night. I know, but Mark looks so much like Santa Claus. When I see him, I feel like I'll be on the naughty list if I don't get it out by Christmas. So, see, he's playing into it now.
Yeah, I've had a word with my bro. Santa. I said to him, no, Bill goes on the naughty list unless I get a package from him.
Piece of coal in his stocking again.
Yeah.
And he can use it on Ash Wednesday to make a cross on his head.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, that's good. No, you really can't, because the ash. I mean, I hate being the Catholic here, but what you do is the ashes come from the palms from Palm Sunday the previous year.
Oh.
I know that's strange, but that's what we do.
So what is Palm Sunday then? What they do? I thought Palm Sunday was something else. Maybe I was mistaken.
No, that's Rosy Palm Sunday, which is completely different.
Palm Sunday is what you get in a Taiwanese massage parlor.
I'm going to be so excommunicated after this podcast.
Speaking of excommunicated, I mean, Mark's sitting here talking about his Christmas won't be complete till he gets Bill's package. I mean, come on.
Oh, he doesn't mean my pack. As far as I know, he doesn't mean no. That's gross to both of us. So
you're on Santa's excommunication list.
Yeah, you're on the excommunication. Yeah, I'm just on the naughty list.
Well, hold on, because if that is actually a possibility, then you could both apply for the next Doctor Who job.
Doctor Who job. That almost sounds like a sexual innuendo now.
I've got to work out what
I
minority,
just got a Who job. Wait,
what minority has not been done yet on Doctor Who? I think
Chinese.
I think OAP Yorkshireman has not been done yet. We have not had an old age pensioner Yorkshireman as Doctor Who.
I prefer my doctors older anyway. I like the older doctors, like all these young farts running around being doctors. He's got to be an old chap with some distinction. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Anyway.
Years, Eva Gumpet.
Yeah. Icky Fump. It's a Dalek.
The Dalek.
Exterminate.
Speaking of Doctor Who, I looked at that Neil Gaiman video. It was blowing up Crowley's car. It was blowing up Crowley's Bentley. That was the video I was thinking of. I thought he was blowing up a house. He was blowing up Crowley's video in Good Omens. Is what Neil Gaiman was behind the scenes on.
Great, thanks.
Of course, him coming on now is a no-go apparently because he's under investigation. So.
Yeah, I watched a little video, but half of a video. There seems to be quite a lot of allegations against him. It's like, seems to be quite
I mean, he's a player and a freak, and he never hid that. So I don't know what's kind of about.
But anyway, I got annoyed before coming on. I was watching a few videos, and I clicked on this guy. I think he's called Steve Brookman or something. He's a UK guy.
Yeah, I've seen one of his.
And he's a sticky goose guy. Anyway, he put out a video.
I hate those sticky goose guys. They suck.
So he put out this video complaining about. I think it was about Psycho Comics. You know, the guy who was at the London Comic Mart.
Yeah.
And he put out a video about Psycho Comics. He's got about 10 viewers or something. Anyway, Sticky Goose saw this video and reproduced, and Sticky Goose sort of sent it out on his channel. And then sort of, his number of viewers went from 10 to 20 or something. So he's now put out a video effectively about the same thing, complaining about Psycho Comics. But he starts criticizing me.
What?
Yeah.
What, this English guy?
What have you done?
It's because these people like Suddenly Comics who say people who say they don't collect just for money.
Yeah,
but he sells all these comics on Whatnot. I said to watch the video. I say that 50% of my reasoning for collecting is money, and 50% is collecting. I'm 50-50.
The problem is,
I never said I wasn't in for the money.
Is that like AC/DC?
I'm kidding. Mark, I've watched the video, right? I watched your video, watched their videos, and the problem is you absolutely 100% explained it as best as you possibly could, which is perfect.
And they don't give a shit.
There was nothing wrong with your explanation. These people, they select what they want to hear and they repeat it for their own benefit.
Exactly. So I said to this guy, please watch my video. I said that actually I'm in it 50% for the money and 50% for collecting. I want to sell some to support the hobby. I said, but there are people who are 100% collectors, and I'll introduce them if you want.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. Absolutely. When I was a kid, I was 100% in it for the collecting and the collecting only. I didn't give a shit about the value. And I'll tell you why. Because I was like a completionist who wanted to start at an issue of Fantastic Four and read every single issue of Fantastic Four and every appearance in any other crossover title that they appeared in. Because I wanted to read every single thing about the Fantastic Four. I didn't give a shit. The only reason that money came into it was I couldn't afford some of them. That's the only shit. I can't afford it. Oh, it's really stressful. There was never a thought.
I didn't even really know about the value of the after comics until I started doing YouTube in 2018. I didn't realize some of them had gone up to like 100 quid, 200 quid or whatever in value. I had no clue.
Yeah. And now, of course, I'm completely the other way around. While I still love comics and everything about them, I have zero collecting inside me. Today,
you're all business.
Is simply a pound note that hasn't yet been converted to.
So, but everybody is, there's a complete spectrum.
Absolutely.
People have different reasons for collecting comics. You're 100% cash. Greyman is completely the other end of the spectrum. He is completely about the story and reading them, and he's a collector. I'm halfway
I spend far more money on them than I actually make back on them. Let's put it that way.
So I would say I'm more like Mark.
Yeah, you're like me. You're a 50-50 man.
But I think when you say 50-50, I think that you have a portion of you which is firmly in one camp, and the other portion of you is firmly in the other, and they don't cross over so much. It's not like
we have a defined line in the sand of what we keep and what we sell.
Correct.
I think though, if you're selling mainly to buy more books, it's about the books more than the money still, isn't it? Because you're not it's not like you're getting that money and like saving it up for a rainy day. You're spending that money back on your collection kind of thing. You're not like
Can I tell why I'm selling mine again?
Because you're dying.
Because I'm fucking dying of cancer. If these fucking idiots.
Otherwise, you wouldn't.
I didn't mean to say it out loud, but we do know.
We know that.
Sad.
Yeah.
This is for the listener. This is for anyone who might be watching.
So,
well, if one of them heard the name Sticky,
the only reason anybody is in comics is for money is just fucking stupid.
It's nonsensical.
Yeah.
But I think that Mark,
I think that
drama and what is it? What is it when you say something? It's like got people's interests.
Controversy.
Think controversial words and stuff and drama. That is what most people are attracted to that because it's interesting.
Yeah.
What people are less attracted to is boring old farts like us talking about comics because we love comics.
These are the idiots that voted for a reality TV star for president twice.
They're feeding content to the drama lovers because they're the easiest to get hits from.
Yeah.
We're doing it not for the drama lovers. We're doing it for the comic.
I'll drop a link for Tempest if he wants to come on. If Tempest wants to come on, I'll drop the link there. We're not going to go on too much longer, I don't think.
No. I mean,
is Bill falling over?
And it's fine. If that's what he wants to do, it's a popular thing to do. You can do. I did a show with Alan where we discussed this, said, do we want to go down this route of going into this sort of populist, controversial, trolling sort of area, and both of us said no, we don't. We're not interested. It's not what we want to do. It's not why we do this. I don't do it. I don't do it for any money. I don't do it. I do it because I enjoy talking to you guys. There's nobody watching this. Nobody's making any money.
No.
I just it's like meeting up with you guys around the pub once a week.
We never have a subject to anything like that or any kind of like format. We just literally just whatever happens and we're chatting what happens, really.
Some of the funniest things I've ever seen have been on here, but they're sort of spontaneous. Darren ripping up his comic was quite good fun.
That was wonderful.
I like to think as my highlight on the YouTube is in the Cover Slingers where we did the Silver Age. Do you remember that one, Gray?
When you covered everything in silver foil.
Yeah.
You did like to mess around. You drying board as well, didn't you? You were trying to be Silver Surfer.
yeah. That was my favorite YouTube moment of my,
You guys are so ridiculous.
You did a few bits though, didn't you?
I love all
When
you
you put our
guys
pictures
so
up
much.
behind you for our piles and that. That was
so.
When you and Mark blinking met up and you didn't let us know.
That was a number 2. That's my number 2 on the list. Me visiting Mark. Yeah.
That was a good one.
I liked Kyle showing us around Indianapolis. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
And my other favorite, which I've got recorded, is the thermos from the Jerk, where Bill goes on. This is my thermos. I only need my thermos, and these two, Bill and Kyle, go off, wander around and pick things up. But I also need my, my Groot. That's really great.
I've had so much fun. I've been on the show almost since you started. I've been on the show for a year and a half. I think you guys been at it a couple months when I came on board.
I only need my fly swatter.
That's all you need.
Only my fly
swatter.
All you need. I only need my fly swatter.
Oh, set Carl off again.
Yeah.
And my Santa Claus wine holder. I need my Santa Claus wine holder. Just my fly swatter and my Santa Claus.
Why, Mark? Why?
And my.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Was I even here that week?
That's. I need my pink frisbee.
You probably were because you're kind of like the guy who runs this fucking thing.
This is all I need. This is the only things I need.
That's all I need.
That's all I need.
And that's all I need.
And I need my Dawn dish soap. But that's all. That's all I need. That and my goldfish crackers. I need my goldfish
Mandalorian figure.
All right.
This.
But that's all I need.
Punisher candy bowl, which we're selling here.
Oh, Bill, that Mandalorian figure. Just take that out of the wrap for a minute. I want to do something with the hands. Yeah, take it out of that. Just I want to.
Oh hell no! Hell no! I can't do that.
Get it to play the guitar on the wall.
Ding, 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 ding. I am a Mandalorian. Everybody, I am a Mandalorian.
And my dartboard. I need my dartboard.
Around about the 2-hour mark, the show does rather descend into chaos.
But it's great. And you know what?
Drinking. No, actually, Mark might be drinking as well. But normally it's just Bill that's drinking.
No,
me and Mark. It's me and Mark.
Yeah, as I said, Mark as well.
And my Avengers fanny pack. That's all I need.
Oh, your Avengers panty pack.
These are nice flash.
Yeah, these are my comics and slingers this week. I'm just sharing some comics that I need to put away because it's like I need to do my hands.
What are you doing with slingers this week? Oh, it's long hair, isn't it?
Yeah, long hair. Pick them out. Nothing great. I'm not gonna win this week. I don't care. I just went for 5.
Didn't have long hair.
No, these are ones from last week.
Oh, what was last week?
I was Slinger's Choice, and I did television.
I like
Army Attack.
You did television?
Yeah.
There's no televisions in Army Attack.
No, these aren't all Slingers ones. The rest of them are what I've read this week. These were the ones from Cover Slingers. This one with the TV. This one with the TV.
Oh, yeah.
This one with the TV. This one with the TV.
Wasn't there
Those are the Cover Slingers ones.
Where have I got it from? Like a comic cover with like a grid of 16 TV screens.
Yes, that's the Collector. It's the Collector.
Yeah, I know the Collector.
The original artwork. Kyle gave me the original artwork for it.
The Collector, that comic.
Kyle, the different TV screens, original artwork.
Okay.
From Watchmen?
No. From what was it from?
See, this is what I said to you. I might do elevator covers, didn't I, Mark? When I was when we went
you
to
talking about that Silver Surfer page?
Yeah, Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer from issue 59, the back page.
Yeah, with all the TV screens.
Anymore.
Had the thing on it. It had the thing in the TV screen. It had like 18 people. It was the reintroduction of the collector.
Oh, what's that one, Gray? Jason's Quest.
Jason's Quest. It's from Showcase. This is one Mark gave me, like a bunch of low grades.
That's the Showcase. Yeah, right. Okay,
yeah. A bunch of low grades. This was the
DC
third
bullet.
part of the story. And when I went to Mega City Comics to spend the money Lisa gave me, I got part 1 and 2 of it. So now I'll have the full story. But
cool, yeah.
This one, the very end of this one, after 3 episodes, I've only read the last one, of Chase trying to find his sister and tell her that he's her brother and what's going on. It says, if you want to see more about Jason's Quest, write into us and we'll see about making some more comics. And that was it. I don't think he ever came back again. So literally,
he has come back, but
did he come back?
All 5 of us write a letter in, and we'll see if we can get him to do issue 3.
What did he come back in, Bill?
They did another Jason's Quest like years later during the Neil Gaiman. I don't know if it was Neil Gaiman, but yeah, they did something with it.
Right. I'll have to look into that.
They did a series based on everything that was in
No, you're thinking of the first issue specials.
The first issue specials.
Yeah, that's called Danger Street, but that wouldn't have Jason's Quest in it, I don't think.
No. I'm just illustrating how they bring back those concepts that were like one-offs. I'm saying they did that, and Jason's Quest was in something similar to that.
Well, I know Showcase 100 showed every single character that had ever been in Showcase, so he might have appeared in Showcase 100.
Possibly, but I'm fairly sure he's appeared in things after that.
I'm gonna do a quick Google food, see if I can find out.
Do a Google feud.
No, DC Wiki. Check it out quickly on the DC Wiki.
I think it's Peter's dinner time. He's going to cook now.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Oh yeah. I got to do my bloody dinner. Yeah.
Welcome to Kyle's Kitchen. Down here in Kyle's Kitchen, everybody
that should be a whole new
bitching because I don't know how to cook. And look,
should be a whole new section on the show. We should have a cooking section.
Oh, I need to show you this. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Please
this
show us
is a Greyman birthday book.
Hold on a second.
Greyman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, that's the Frazetta one.
I didn't give you that, did I? I didn't give you that, did I, Mark?
No.
I know I had a double at one
He's giving
point.
it to you for your birthday, dumbass.
No, it's September 1969.
This is the most expensive copy of Eerie, apart from Eerie 1.
Is it really?
Okay.
Yeah, because this original artwork here sold for some ridiculous sum of money, like about $5 million
or something.
5.6 or something. Yeah,
something crazy.
Million. So this copy of Eerie 23 in a high grade is a $2,000 comic. I think this is a pretty decent grade. I think this could be a sort of $400 or $500 comic, and I picked it up in a lot of comics I paid £300 for. One of 200. I was 200 comics. 200 comics in the lot, so I paid £1.50 a comic. So I've actually paid £1.50 for that.
Awesome.
That's fabulous.
Because I had 2 of those, and I gave one to someone. I can't remember who it was now.
It wasn't me. Well, it was a good gift.
What's going on?
Yeah, mine was low grade though. It was all spotty.
No, we sure don't.
Well, it's a beautiful cover, though, isn't it? I do understand how that's gone for the original artwork. That went for a lot of money.
Yeah, I managed to buy 2 by accident because I was after Eerie and Creepy, and I accidentally bought two bloody Eries, like a twat, and on the same day, I think, from eBay. That's how crappy my memory is.
Have you still got a copy of that? You still got one copy, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I still got my copy. Yeah, I can't remember who I gave the other copy to now. I definitely gave it to someone.
Oh, I think I've got mine in the car. Actually,
you've got one, have you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's bagged and boarded though, Darren. So don't freak out. Where'd Darren go?
Check these,
there he
Bill.
is. Yeah.
Check these, man. Look. Him
Oh.
Newby near.
Bill, it's just disgraceful, isn't it? I think he's a serial comic abuser. I think
I learned everything I know from Bill.
I'm really worried about him. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to do a welfare check.
You might need an intervention, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, is that Gray? Is that your Erie?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Jeez, it is. Look.
Oh, wait, let's have a look, Gray. Sorry, I missed that. Can I have a look? Oh, it's a nice copy as well. Very nice.
Not too bad.
Gray, you can sell that one and get at least a long box of other comics for that.
You could, yeah.
No, this is my birthday book, so it's got to stay in the collection.
Book.
Yeah, September 1969.
Oh, it's a very nice copy. That's all right. That's probably worth about 300 or 400 quid, mate.
Well, it's gone up a lot if it has. No, I'd pay about tenner for it, I think.
Well, it has gone up a lot.
I think. I've got to say, what Erie number was that?
23.
23.
Okay.
It's worth.
I'm still like, I always beat myself up over deals that I say no to. And 6 months ago, I went to pick up some comics, and I had it in my head that I wanted to pay about 500 quid for them. And I'd pretty much made the deal with the person who I was buying them off. There was a load of just a complete mixture of stuff. It's really weird. There was loads of like really modern stuff, like Mars Attacks and stuff like that in comic form. Is that Dynamite or something? I don't know. That kind of.
They're all right, right? They're worth it. They'll sell.
Oh well, too late. The deal's gone. But I was thinking, oh god, I don't really want that. But there was just, I know these are in real rough boxes, like shoe boxes, any just random box that was dirty and horrible. But also in there was magazine after magazine after magazine, all of the Warren, Curtis, that kind of stuff. And I was thinking, crap, I don't really want to go. I didn't want to go more than like 500 quid. Anyway, so I nearly made the deal. Someone else walked into the house and said, oh no, 1,000 at the least. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing it. No. So I walked away, and I'm kind of beating myself up now, especially when I see things like that Erie there, because that would probably have been in there, because that kind of stuff.
So,
and these mags are really expensive,
This is what I'm doing for dinner tonight in honor of you guys.
Oh, fish fillets.
Crispy battered fish.
Are you having it with chips?
And mini tacos. No, not chips, mini tacos.
Yeah, that's real British.
Fish tacos, is it?
I'm making mini tacos in honor of Bill and crispy fish in honor of you guys, and that's what I'm having for dinner.
So if Mrs. Kyle was doing it, you could munch on her fish tacos later.
Well, there you go. No, I made her bratwurst, beer brats, and sauerkraut yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
One of these I got from you, Darren.
It wouldn't surprise me. I kind of recognize these.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but they look familiar. Maybe you've shown them before.
No, I don't think you've shown that one.
These two have graded from...
No, that Witch's Tales came from the lot you got from the States that came through me.
That's right. And this must be the one that I got from Darren.
It looks familiar, but I can't remember it. What?
Yeah, I think...
No, I can't remember selling you any mags, Gray.
Oh, there you go. Sure. We've all got one as well. We've all got one. We've got three. Can we get all three on the screen?
Can we do a three-way, please?
I'm the only one who hasn't got one. I bet I'll get Carl's got one somewhere.
We could do this
one, but I don't have it.
There we go. Look at that.
Three. We could do this one night where we all get out the same comic book, just so we could play comic book Snap or something.
You know what? I'm the only one without one. So if you all would like to send your copy to me for Christmas,
all three of them. We've probably got at least $2,000 there between us.
I have to say,
this one is a lot worse than it looks, actually. The bad lighting in here makes it look a lot better than it is. It's when you actually look at it close up, it's not great.
So mine,
it's good enough for me.
Mine is actually really freaking nice.
Yours looks really good, Bill. That could be $1,000 comic, mate. Don't let
Wow.
anybody pay
Okay.
you $50 for that.
Okay. Are you ready to see something crazy?
Is that a shop copy?
No, this is all mine.
It's yours.
Yeah, I had them in the back of the car. Sorry. Don't. Okay, fuck off. They're bagged and boarded and in a box.
Well, at least they are
Mate,
bagged and boarded.
What are they
Okay,
doing in the back of the
so
where's your car parked? What's your
Oh,
registration
that's
number?
nice as well. What the hell's that? Number 7.
The original
This
Erie
is-
series from Avon.
it's Erie number 1 from 1959. And because there had been an Erie number 1, Warren didn't want to put out an Erie number 1, so they started with Erie number 2.
That's from Avon periodicals, right?
Yeah, but it's a magazine size.
Yeah.
And it has EC artists. And okay, so I also have, let's look through them all here. I brought a stack.
Oh, these are beautiful.
They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. And here's number 6.
Quite
You're not holding
few.
it in the camera very well, mate.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't look and do it. It's sorry.
Bill, did you bag and board these?
Yes.
Credit where credit is due. Good boy, good boy. Pat on head.
Thank you, Dad. Number 7.
Yeah, don't let Darren get a hold of him. He'll tear the cover.
Yeah, don't let him.
I know.
Don't let him roll
I
them up
know.
like he rolled
I'm
up.
worried about that
Oh,
now.
look at that.
I think this is this Frazetta? That's Frazetta,
That
right?
I think is Frazetta's last original. They used other stuff, but I think
That's
Erie
really
number
nice.
7 was his last official commission for the comic art. You know what I mean?
This is number 4.
That's definitely Frazetta by the looks of it.
No, this is definitely not. It's Gray
Not
Morrow,
Frazetta,
believe
okay.
it or not. And
Still,
Gray Morrow, I didn't even know Gray
Yeah.
Morrow did something
He
that
did.
early.
He
Gray
did.
Morrow.
Frazetta did like Vampy parts 1 through 6 and like 4 Eries. And I think Erie
Still,
7
don't let
was his
anybody
last
buy those off
commission
you
work.
cheap. They're expensive comics and they're such high grade as well.
Look at this.
It's amazing.
This is number 2, which is number 1. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is gorgeous, yes.
It does have some spine issues, but not very many. And it has a corner off. But otherwise, it's absolutely beautiful.
That's amazing.
And then this is a 37. I have no idea. This is by Elric, who I've never heard of before.
Well, they got a lot. He hired a lot of painters to do stuff like that.
Right. And this is number 26. And I think that's
That looked like
Von
Corbin,
looks like Von Baudet to me.
Baudet or Corbin. Yeah.
It doesn't look like Corbin. It's too early to be Corbin.
Is it post 70? It's after 71, right? Here he started in 69.
No, 26 would have to be 68 or 69, maybe?
Oh, I thought Erie started in it's Vamp that started in 69. Okay. Yeah,
No,
that
yeah.
would have to be Bodie then. If that's not Corbin, that's Bodie.
I'm pretty sure it's Baudet.
The issue 2
That's
is
weird. I didn't even know he did a cover for them.
the
I
issue
can
2
tell
is
you-
Frazetta, and that's another $1,000 comic, Kyle. Do not let anybody take you that off for you for $50.
Oh, I won't.
Gee, is that Boris Karloff?
It's Karloff. Look, it's Karloff and Festus
Yeah.
by Dan
can tell
Atkin.
they
You
used Karloff
can't tell
for
me that's
that
not
painting.
Festus, dude. Matthew, it's about
That's probably who he used for the modeling of that.
Ken Curtis. Look
Who
at this.
was
This is
huge. Ken Curtis was huge and nobody fucking knew about him.
and everybody knew.
So
Nobody knew and everybody
underappreciated.
knew.
But
Well,
so
this is really
underappreciated.
interesting. This one seems totally like off modeled. I have no idea.
Hey,
But number
Paolo.
11.
Hey,
This is
Paolo.
number 10.
Get him back in frame.
Oh, sorry. Gray Morrow.
And where's Gray Morrow from?
Probably Indianapolis.
Right up to just north of Indianapolis.
You should invest in a phone holder, a little phone tripod, Kyle. You can hold it and put it on a counter, and you can stand in front of it.
I'm Bill. I'm not Kyle, but thanks.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, I've got a phone holder.
I am so crap with names. Have you noticed how many times tonight I've been talking to Darren? I had to pause for a second before I remember what his name was. It's even written under his picture.
It's all right, Sticky. We forgive you.
I'm gonna be senile before you guys.
We forgive you, Sticky. It's okay.
Okay, this is a beautiful Rosetta cover.
Yeah, the Eries he did more of. It was Vampy 7. It was his last one.
Do you like that?
Yes.
That's gorgeous, right?
Yeah. Is that 6?
Number 3. So the second issue. This is 13. And I can't see who painted this. You can't come back from the dead. You can't. So this is Unlucky number 13. Okay. And this.
That's awesome, Bill.
This is 31. Which I'm trying to see who drew this.
Again, looks like a Corbin, but too early.
Well, no, these could be Corbin, actually, because he did covers for them.
13, I think, is Joe Orlando or Al Williamson.
I'm not sure about that. Now this doesn't have a signature either. Number 22.
22.
This is number 20. That almost looks like Go-Go's to me.
10-minute. This is your 10-minute warning.
Me?
From the Grey Man.
Oh.
That's what my wife has to say to me when we get tantric. This is your 10-minute warning.
You're stupid, dude. Why do I listen to you? So this is 19. Boy, they were either really great or kind of stinkers.
Again, they're painted, so you're going to get a variation.
I mean,
I think Eerie 22 could be Neil Adams.
So this is Tom Sutton, number 22.
Yeah, Sutton did a lot of them too.
Girl diving.
This is number 16. By not Norman, but B. Rockwell, who I don't know who that is.
These are worth hanging on. You need to keep these, Bill.
Norman Rockwell and B. Arthur's Love Child.
Bill, don't sell these. You need to keep them in your PC. These are only going to go one way over the next 10 years.
Yeah. This is 39. This is April 72. And I don't see... I see a signature, but I can't read it, and it's not great. Like, Creepy had more consistent covers, I think, than Eerie did.
Ow, fuck! Ah.
What?
So my knee. It's okay, carry on. Just my knee.
Oh.
It's still there. Man. It still exists.
That's number 40. 41. This is Frazetta. Oh, no, it's not.
Right, before we wind up, guys, you all need to contact me with your, I think I've got everybody's now except Darren's specialist subject. And I need 3 things about you that are either true or false.
I've got 2 Eries that you haven't got, Bill.
Do you really?
Yep.
I'm not shocked. And then here, real quick, Vampire Tales number 1.
Vampire Tales are awesome.
this is kind of hard to find. And this is the first time that Morbius got his own solo stories. And look, he's even there at the title thing, or at the price thing. And this is number 2 of Dracula Lives. But then there's a blue Dracula for some reason. And then this is Dracula Lives. I think this is number 1, and I think that's a Neil Adams cover. Pretty great, right?
Oh, these mags are awesome.
They're super cool.
Mags are awesome.
Yeah.
And yet they're kind of, I don't know, what are they? What's the right word? They're not frowned upon, but they're not part of the...
Right.
So comic collectors just don't even think mags.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you why, Darren. So it's because of the grading. It's because of grading. Okay.
Right.
So when comic grading started, sort of late 90s, early 2000s, and when it started, it completely changed the market because instead of, well, I think this is a whatever, you're sending it and it gets a certified grade. So consequently, the values of the comics go up because now you can get a certified grade that's not, the guy saying, I think it is. It's being certified by a third party saying this is a 90, 92, 85, whatever. So that has a huge effect on the prices right across the comic market because now it's much more predictable.
Yeah.
At that stage, you couldn't get magazines graded. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like treasure editions.
Yeah.
Treasure editions are low value because you can't get them graded. Right. So magazines trailed comics in that you couldn't get them graded. Even when you could start getting them graded, it's a lot more expensive. So, and because they had a lower value because they weren't graded, people didn't get them. But it sort of was a sort of circular thing. So that's why the magazines historically have been lower valued than the comics. I think that will reverse.
Well, there are some first appearances that are in mags rather than comics. And also, you get some fantastic art and writers in them.
Well, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole series. I'm a big collector of heavy metal and comic.
Not the music.
No, not the music. The comic. I like the comic. I don't like the music.
Shocking. Call yourself a fan.
What kind of stories are in heavy metal? Because I've seen it, but I've never looked at it.
Barbarians with their dicks out, mainly.
Is it?
No, I mean it's for the intellectual, Darren.
Well, that's why I don't know.
That Den's just a bald guy with his tallywhacker out, going around shagging alien birds. From what I saw of it.
It's the best artists in comics doing really great stuff in a magazine. It's much better than the artwork.
It's very much black and white comics in the style of EC. And a lot of the EC artists, including people that weren't EC, like Steve Ditko and Gil Kane, and a lot of artists like that would submit stories. And I'll tell you this, they should be better known and better loved than they are.
Yeah.
But it takes people like us who really love the art form to get into them.
Yeah. So it actually started in France. So it started in France before it started in the US, and it was called Metal Hurlant.
Right. And they're trying to they're bringing both back.
So Corbin, actually, most of the stories that appear in the heavy metal US version were actually commissioned by the French version.
Hurlant first, yes.
Hurlant first. And artists like Mobius, who I absolutely adore Mobius. So they're awesome. And the French version had all these great comic artists, European comic artists and American comic artists were submitted to this French publication called Metal Hurlant, and they then sort of started an American version called Heavy Metal. And then there have been versions in various countries. So there is an American version. There is I think there's a Mexican version.
There is.
I think there's a Spanish version, and there's so you and they're almost separate.
Well, I would say the Spanish version is probably the same as the Mexican version.
Okay.
Very weird choice of name, though, I've got to say.
So is it valuable when it comes along, or is it common? Is it rare?
So indeed, no. So I buy them when I get them. So I've got a pretty good collection of Heavy Metal and Metal Hurlant, oh, thank you very much. That's very good. Paulo knows because he is a European. So Corbin was the only American contributor. Thank you very much. I would say you can pick them up ridiculously cheap. So I bought most.
I went to get some stuff from that auction.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was. There were probably 6 or 7 lots of it in there.
Yes.
Hello, Pussycat.
Yeah, I saw them.
What's new?
So you want to pay. You want to pay.
I can't see the cat very well.
I try and pay about £5 a copy, right, for good grade.
That's quite a lot of money because it's a very long set.
It's a long set. And I will generally buy the early version. I'll generally buy the ones from 1970. I won't buy the later ones. I'll buy the earlier ones. Metal Hurlant, I buy from France, and you can get them for £3, £4, £5 a copy.
Well, I tell you, until you schooled me, starting about 5 minutes ago, I genuinely, honestly thought it was about heavy metal music.
No.
That's what I was saying. It's such a weird name for it. How much confusion must that cause over the years?
Okay. So it became synonymous with the music because the movie that was made in 1981 by a good friend of mine.
Yeah, but it only put heavy metal music in it because it was called that.
Yeah,
the magazine.
And the heavy metal movie was made out of Canada with most of the SCTV cast.
Well, it was retrofitted.
Quite a few, but there were a lot of American artists that worked on it as well. But yes, it had man, what a game changer it was. It really made things change for both music and video. And you have to remember, it came out roughly.
It was rubbish. I remember watching it years ago and not really rating it at all.
It's pretty great. I mean,
you guys want to hear a fucked up piece of trivia?
Wait, let me finish real quick, Kyle. I just want to make one point.
We're finishing completely.
19 days after Heavy Metal the movie came out, guess what happened? MTV premiered. And so the confluence of that with that changed the trajectory of music and video representation of music, including live action and animation. So it made a huge difference to the whole landscape of movies and music and video and music. So it was that perfect timing that made them all work together, and that's why we have that's what's influenced the music industry for the last 44 years.
Yeah,
there we go.
So, what movie franchise was born out of heavy metal?
Bill and Ted.
No.
It involved one of the writers and an idea that he had that he carried over.
Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Harold Ramis worked on it.
Paolo is coming out with some crackers here, which I didn't know.
Thank you, Paolo.
Yeah, he knows his stuff, Paolo.
Personally, I haven't seen that. I need to look for that. because it had quite a few loose rare colors. Okay,
but, yeah.
nice.
In an inadvertent way, Ghostbusters was born out of heavy metal.
Great for you. Look.
It's not September 1969, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's just the same set.
You're just showing them up.
I know it looked familiar. I know it looked familiar.
I'm sure I got one from you, mate.
I can't remember ever sending you any mags. Is the only thing because I've never had any mags on sale on the shop.
Hasn't got one of your stickers on it though.
Well, possibly then. I mean, maybe it's gone through the show, but I can't remember sending you any comics off the show either.
No, I'm confused now. I got it from someone. Oh, you know what my brain's like. Definitely got it from someone. I'm sure I got it through here.
Well, look, it looked familiar, but I think it looked familiar because I've seen these before in here.
How long does your system keep hold of orders?
Well, I've changed shops, so my sister. But since I've known you, I think I've only ever been on one system, so it was round about. So it should all be on yours, but I'm sure there's not. I'm sure there wasn't.
I can look up previous purchases.
You didn't? Yeah, I can do, but you didn't do like a special order because occasionally I could do special orders.
I don't remember, mate.
Is that for the under-counter books, Darren? You know.
Yeah. The special secret ones.
I can't, Gray, because I've stupidly put bloody 2-stage authentication on the shop and I can't get in now.
No, don't worry about it. It's all cool. I was just as we was looking at the old mags, I checked out the price of my Vampirella #1 now. It's gone up about double. Well, no, 3 times. I paid $300 for it. Just then, like the same grey's going for $8.99 now on the same shop.
Oh, it's a hot comic, mate. It's
Vampirella #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the UK one.
UK one. Vampirella #1. Bill. Wow.
That might be worth something because the UK one, you never know.
Eerie #2, Bill.
Oh, those are cool.
UK.
Yeah, it's not the same as. Yeah, I need those.
Eerie
now that Mark
4.
has me buying all these.
Nice.
I'll buy all those. Yeah, put those in the new bill pile.
I think you showed these mags before, mate.
I've got a box full of mags here. Have I not shown them before?
You can sell them mags. Get yourself a new sofa, mate. You got a bloody massive hole in the blinking arse there.
Yeah, that's my shit sofa, and I've got my good one over the other side of the room.
Is that where you sit and fart?
Yeah, that's my fart hole. That's my fart hole. Yeah.
No, he bends over it. It's his glory hole. Wait, what?
Cool.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of. I have 2 of those.
Oh, Lee Marvin.
Yeah.
Oh, does that have the poster in it?
I don't know. We might have looked before. I don't know.
Monsters of the movies.
And I sold a huge box of mags for peanuts because I was like, I just do comics, so these mags are like rubbish. I need to get rid of them. So I sold a huge. God knows
worth
what
a fortune.
God knows what was in it. I dread to think.
Wow. Yeah, those are all great. I have all those, or most of those. Those are great.
What are these?
Are they British printings, are they?
Hey?
I think most of those
ones.
No, I think most
not
of those
all of them.
are
Some of them
American.
are these are like American ones, I think.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them.
Oh, the same one there.
Weird.
More Vampire Tales. Love Vampire Tales. When I was a kid, I got into comics. You know this story maybe. When my nan bought me about, I don't know, a pile of like 10 comics from the jumble sale and brought them back to me. But they were like really low grade. I mean, covers missing and everything. And I read one particular story and I could not. And then Mum later on threw them away. But I used to love them comics, right? And I read one particular story and I've always remembered part of it in my brain. And like, I always wanted to have it again. And so I went on a mission when I was about 30 years old to find it. So this was like 20 years later. And I wrote on like CGT forums or some other forums, a few snippets that I could remember from the story. Anyway, 10 years later, still looking for it. I bought it was a vampire story. I bought loads of vampire comics from Mile High Comics and got them shipped to Poland while I was working in Poland. None of them hit the nail on the head. And like I've got all the iVampire ones and all the Adventure into Fear ones, you know, with Morbius in, trying to look for this story. Couldn't find it. Anyway, eventually, so I'll just forget about it then. And then a couple of years later, I'd have another look and another look. And eventually I got looking and I found a website that you can read pretty much any comic you want to read online. And also another website which shows character appearances. So all the character, you know, whatever they were in. So I just went through the two sites together, and eventually.
What character was?
Say again.
Did you remember what character was?
Well, here's what I thought I could remember. I thought it was a vampire called Michael, which immediately goes to Morbius, right?
Yeah.
But I'd bought all the Adventure into Fear, and it definitely wasn't those, so it couldn't have been that. So I kind of eliminated it. Then I went iVampire and did all the iVampires in the House of Mystery. Couldn't find it there, and so eventually went on this character, like the list of appearances, and I saw there were some magazines. So I bought Vampire Tales magazine, but in book format. Read those. There were Mark and Morbius there, and it looked more similar to the artwork. Wasn't those. And eventually I found it. And I can't remember what the back is. It Marvel Preview or Marvel Preview was a mag, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was one.
Eventually I found it.
It was a Marvel as well.
Preview 28, I think. And it's the one with Blade on the cover. And the reason I didn't recognize the cover was because I guess the one that Nan brought back to me from the jumble sale just didn't have a cover on it. So, you know, it was a real needle in a haystack search, but eventually I found it. And I tell you what, once I found it, there were certain panels that I could remember as if they were yesterday, you know, 30 years ago I'd read them last. So I love mad hunts like that. Have you had any mad hunts like that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can think of.
Yeah.
Marvel Preview like 7 has a Thor cover but a Blade interior.
I thought the mag was in this box, but I might be wrong because I got it in one of the
I've actually got it, Darren.
The one with Blade on the cover, you know, he's like looking backwards or something.
Yeah, I've actually got it. It's one of the comics I got as a kid. It must have been the same as you. I got it as a kid.
Oh, look, that's a good one.
Is it only in a magazine, or is it reprinted from a comic book, or what is it?
It's the original story in the mag.
I think it's the original story.
Hold on. If that's what you're looking for, give me a minute and a half.
No, it's not, but I thought it was in this box, but it must be in another box.
Develina. How old is that?
Oh, I've got that as well.
What year are they from?
1975, maybe.
Right.
Those are kind of pricey.
They're just numbers 1 and 2. I think that covered the whole set, number 1 and 2.
That's the whole set. Yeah. That's Atlas Seaboard.
You see, this is what I do, right? This box was perfectly alphabetized and numericalized.
Oh,
and now
what a wally.
Anyway, what I'm looking for is not in it. But I have got a copy of it somewhere.
Darren.
That was a worthy search.
Alphabetized. I have to tell you, Marvel Premiere is not going to be in the same box as Develina.
Yeah, it is, because I only had like one box worth of mags.
Right.
But
Develina one's $100 on eBay.
It's obviously sneaked off somewhere else. Which one are we talking about, Gray? Develina?
All right.
Yeah, Develina number 1's $100. And it's
that as well.
Yeah, those are hard.
And you got Develina number 2, and 9.8 is $515. But I don't know.
Mine are low grade stuff. Did I show you that one? That's cool.
Oh yeah, cool.
So, things like this where it's like horror.
Those Tales from the Tomb almost look like Mexican horror stuff.
Yeah, the art's really kind of weird. It's so bad, it's good kind of thing. It's a really weird, really over the top as well. Like ones I've only got my birthday ones, but it's like Witch's Tales, Voodoo Tales, something like that. And like it's like woman's having her head chopped off with an axe, and it's like kind of graphic, but not realistic looking at all. But they are kind of like horribly kind of good at the same time.
Bill got number 1 in his part of that.
That's nice.
I'm logging off, guys, because I'm yawning.
Yeah, and I was finishing it 15 minutes ago. Right, so and then Darren got another box there.
Sorry. There's one for Kyle.
Right. And Kyle's having his fish taco.
It's
Right,
fish taco. It's taco.
Shall we say good night to the world?
He's
Love
shown
you
off his
guys.
pussy, and
Here you
now he's
go.
got his fish
Have a great
taco
night.
out.
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
That's a
not
great
it. There's
one,
another
though.
one.
number
That's
27.
a really
you said,
good one,
didn't you?
though.
I thought it was number 28.
Oh, 28.
I
He's
think
not
it's
on Marvel
Marvel
Preview.
Preview. It might be Preview Presents. Oh no,